Good morning, everybody. Welcome to VSF 13, Guild Gear Drive Pool A. I'm SMBF Bumblebee.
I'm XIII, and it's a pleasure to be here with Brett versus Fire in middle of August. Last big tournament before the next balance patch. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, got Lucy coming. We've got all new and Strive 2.0 on the horizon. A lot of fighters here are going to be looking forward to those changes, some less so. I think it's going to be a really interesting time for the game. And I think this is going to be a last hurrah.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on this patch for like a while, and so people had a lot of time to refine what they're doing, know exactly what they're doing going forwards. We get full choreographed game plans and know how to interact with a lot of these things very, very well. So the caliber of play is going to be very high before things get shaken up in like a week less.
Totally agree. But for now, VSF, we've got a lot of heavy hitters who are here this year.
Absolutely.
The likes of Leffen, the likes of Precho, the likes of all sorts of people who have come from a decent way away to be here and really battle it out for a top spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've already got the camera here for the stream showing us our first players for first round one. And we're waiting on names on the back end because unfortunately I only recognize one of them. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Marissa B1CC, Meltdown Hero,
Yeah.
13th at Only the Best, 17th at Head Stomper. Has the potential to bring out quite a good showing today, I think.
Yeah, there's like the seeding in these balls is like pretty tough, but I do feel like he's definitely able to go for. I'm assuming we're going to a button check here against the name is Where's the Fish?
Oh no, maybe going just straight into
it does look like a real game.
Ooh, Axel zoning against Sin. There's going to be a lot of reads here. Letting him charge up the fireball. Plus frames.
Good. Very careful with the gold burst block there. Just don't want to risk getting any chance of being overturned.
Where's the Fish doing a good job at just staying away, but Elgon just coming in clutch.
Yeah, gets the back throw to ensure we can hold the corner here. Trying to keep Where's the Fish locked down, finding any chance of moving. And the 2H catching the outcome the second time round.
Doesn't get the pickup on the... Oof. A nice mix-up to kill, but a shame not to get on that combo.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little scrambly on that round one. You don't necessarily know who your opponent is. They could be a hero at their local. They could be someone new to the game. So you've got to play it a bit cagey and a bit touchy.
As the moment we're doing the double overhead into the RC conversion. Not going to get time to go for the eat with the wall stick, but it's still a big life lead here.
And
positive bonus even on the resources.
I'd say a terrifying spot to be in against a positive bonus in. Rainwater. Good jump out on the...
second attempt, yeah. But gets the full time stop conversion here. Doesn't go for it.
Blocks the time stop. I thought I was getting called there for a second. Ooh.
Caught like the last spot of the deflect shields. Trying to bait out the burst hit. And gets it.
A really good read from Where the Fish there.
Yeah, it's a really awkward spot to be RCing normally. Just like, you've seen the health, you know the burst is there, you have to be aware of it, and spawning at the perfect time.
But going straight in. Oh, sorry. Marissa's the Axel player. I've been all wrong.
Oh, I'm stupid. Okay.
Yeah, likewise.
I know he's dabbled in Axel, but I wasn't remembered him as a Sin player. I know he's not liked Sin too much this patch. He prefers how he used to work, but...
That checks out a bit more in my head then. Okay. Tornado. Gotta start challenging the Tornado. Where's the Fish here? Like... If Axel is standing there and charging up, you can't just let him have the plus frames.
Yeah.
Good 6p. Gets the combo. Gonna pick it up? Yes, we are. No taunt on the time stop, unfortunately.
Doesn't have reasons to go for another super there, but Dizzy going to go through the wall with a huge life lead.
Ooh, good BRC to catch on the 2K. Ooh, great backdash.
Going straight through that command grab. I don't see not seen that in a while. That's making use of Sin's very far moving backdash there.
Feels a bit strange watching him still be grounded and avoid the command grab. Oh, good jump on the grab. Not able to punish it though.
Yeah, very patient defense of dodging the grab and just being careful trying to keep it as safe as possible. Don't want to risk any explosive conversions. And again, they've countered with the fast dash to be able to push Sin back.
Where's the Fish doing a good job of jumping over the zoning, but not quite able to capitalize on that with get in and start running their pressure.
Yeah, I feel like they're a bit worried about any
like does. You know, you've got to try it once. You've got to see if they're asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, you actually need to just a lot of like poking at them, checking what they are going to do. is like very good information gathering, which we're
Yeah.
definitely going to need to be able to pull back here, being O2 down.
Took a little second, maybe having to think about the things we need to do to adapt. I think that's going to be the make or break here. Can you adapt to the zoning? Can you capitalize on punishing these things? Letting Axel get away with rainwater is a big one. Oh, nice jump over the Renson. Hits the 2-8 though. And opts for a reset.
We're seeing a lot more like just empty Rensens now, which is like after whereas the fish has been conditioned to be very patient, watching out to get not jumping in case they get pulled back or block the bomb.
And
it's
that's
giving her things like this.
That's a clean, goes for maybe a burst bait? I don't know what that was from Marissa, but clutches it out in the end nonetheless.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Tried to overextend with the wall assault there on just a sliver of health. I wasn't able to convert off of that, so now we can freely do a wall assault conversion here.
Yeah, I feel like going into that final round with the meter could be the difference between winning and losing, but we're yet to see. Goes in for the plus frames, gets caught on the overhead.
Anti-airs the air backdash here, trying to play around the burst.
Please, we need to stop burst baiting, guys. So many people. Good 6p. Nice, catches with the overhead, runs to the corner. Best DP in the game.
I like using the RC there to hold on to stamina a lot, so if we can try to get it one more time, we've got the resources, but it's not going to matter.
Doesn't finish him. Chips out your meter or your life. I feel like Tornado is one of those moves that just like, it sort of puts you on edge. You don't really know how to do it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Shout out JQ.
Okay. He overheard us thinking it was this in the first round. He's pointing out the big Axel card to the camera. We deserve that. We deserve that.
We do deserve that. That's a commentator's fault. I'll hold my hands up. I got it wrong. But a real convincing start to their tournament from Marissa.
I feel like one thing that did Where's the Fish in there towards the end was they were like going into the air, trying to move around Axel's things. They were too scared to commit to anything.
Yeah. There are a lot of really good movement. Just, no guts to dig in, try and take the
Trying to be
pressure
too
away.
safe once they were in the air. It's a problem I have on the matchup as well, where I can dodge what he's doing, but getting in requires risking getting anti-air.
Yeah, absolutely. When he's got such good anti-airs and can just put you back full screen and it makes you scared of losing all that progress, I understand. It can be hard to commit. But I guess that was the difference between the winner and the loser here.
I also have to wonder that very last interaction, if they'd done an up back rather than up forward, would they have been able to jump a second double jump over the tornado or not?
True.
I really want to go back and see how that would have worked.
Remind me, Sin doesn't have a dive kick in the sense of Bandit Bringer, does he?
He has JD. It's the
Yes,
worst dive
I
kick in the
thought he
game, but he
did.
has it.
Might have been a good option to throw out, like, especially if you're in the scrambles, final round, final interaction. You don't want to just go out to block it.
Yeah. It is so slow that, like, if your opponent is showing they're constantly anti-airing you, it's probably not going to work. But it's like the double jump JD can sometimes get around a lot of, like, very committal moves.
Yeah, it feels like one of those where it's like, you do it to win a round. You don't do it as a mix-up or a jump-in or whatever, because you will just get plugged out the sky, put back full screen, and you have to work all the way back in again. Oh, but a real convincing first round, and that's Tommy Galaxy in the background. Not in this pool, but still there supporting nonetheless. Can't wait to see who we've got coming up next. Shout outs to Justin Xavier and the VSF crew as well. It's an excellent venue. They've done a great job. It's lovely to be here. And the atmosphere is incredible. That's the one thing I can say.
Yeah, like it's only been the first game right here. You just like this was probably people spectating the very other matches that aren't on stream. It's like watching their friends play, keeping out check who might be playing. Just like you probably hear from the background like radiating through the microphones, people just like shouting and cheering people on already.
Yeah, I can unfortunately recognize that screen as a guy from the Bristol local. I love him.
I am not surprised.
That's SMBF Dagnall screaming in the background. It sounds like someone's being murdered behind us, folks. But yeah, I think we've got a couple of good matches. A real big pop-off in the background. I don't know what's going on.
That sounds like something upset, I'd imagine.
Maybe. I think that's my favorite part about these big tournaments is when you see big players, you can see big upsets. And you never know who's going to go through. This is what I mean when it comes to like the first rounds. When after like 20th seed, you don't know who these people are. You maybe have a bit of start.gg data on them, but realistically, they could be grinding every day.
Yeah.
They could have just picked up the game.
Like if you're entering a lot of online tournaments and go to a lot of majors, at some point you'll start to recognize more names.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot of like, I have no idea what to expect from this person. I need to be prepared for anything.
And it's the same with like if players are visiting like Meltdown, for example, where your results aren't necessarily documented. You know, they're all on challenge. People like Milkshake, I didn't know who they were up until recently. I looked at them on star.gg, they basically got no data. So it's going to be interesting when you've got like top players who might get a little cagey around these people, and you might end up seeing upsets. It'd be interesting if we could see, you know, the big names going down.
Yeah.
I doubt we will, but you never know.
I mean, especially in this compared to something like truly gigantic, because like the amount of entrants it goes like 150-ish, I think. And so people are going to start getting to fairly tense matches pretty early into their runs.
Oh, yeah.
And so the potential for upsets is going to start coming up a lot earlier. I mean, like 5 runs of like absolute like people who've like just entered for the fun of it. They play the game like a couple of months against like top players.
Most of the people who are here
quickly.
have people who have at least some experience. But here's our thing. That's right. You are on stream. The Swedish goggles. I don't want to make assumptions that that might be Leffen. I don't know what Leffen looks like, unfortunately.
I don't think that's Leffen.
But
I haven't seen what he looks like in a while, but that's not at all way like the last time I saw what he looked like.
I do respect the drip. The Swedish goggle, the Swedish glasses are pure heat.
Yeah, the IKEA filter will help you to block any May Dolphins, especially.
I'm building it up. I understand. I see the matrix. You need to get in your opponent's head. I'm so excited for where this is gonna go. Like you say, we are pool 1. Everybody is fresh. Everybody is bright. They are ready to go.
Everyone has hopefully had a lot of sleep.
I personally can say that I didn't. It was so hot.
I wish I could have gotten a bit more, but I wanted to make sure I got the outfit ready in time, so I had to like wake up fairly early.
Shout outs to the Meltdown crew who have consistently consistently scheduled this for a heat wave every single year.
They're very consistent with that. Great. Button check or game? Button check.
Button check. Slay Chaos. This is, from what I recall, a dire matchup until you're in.
Yeah, this absolutely feels like it's taking the concept of turns as literally as possible, because in neutral one person is like having fun until they get jump scared, and suddenly the other one's like, okay, the game is over.
Yeah, I mean, if you can keep them full screen, if you can just run what you like, then Happy Chaos is gonna stay on top.
I mean, he doesn't even need to do that, because Slayer's defense is like really like committal and not very consistent.
That's true.
No reversal at all. Happy Chaos also go rush down, like get one gunshot to force an approach and start running mix that he struggles to deal with. But if Slayer does get out,
then it could be game over in 1 or 2 interactions.
yes.
Like, especially if your Slayer can set up good Oki. I think it really comes down to whether your Slayer knows how to stay in. Get in, stay in, get in their face, run your pressure.
And how the punish overextension as well, which I hope we're going to get to see some of. I know with punishment immediate 2H until
the Face Breaker I thought was a Bridget player. Maybe I'm wrong.
We're up against Org 13 Original.
Excellent.
The immediate bite here gets 2K to be able to get the universe counter, but the immediate advantage is still on Facebreaker's side.
Ooh, opts for the reset and not for the wall splat. I can really respect that from Original here.
I mean, looking at where the burst is, it means preventing the Facebreaker getting burst for this point, so you can play more safely with that.
I guess there's also the level of if you don't know if your super's going to wall break and you want to keep them full screen. Yeah, absolutely. Good backdash. Catches the jump out. Great JK. Deflect shield coming in clutch though.
Yeah, absolutely here. And jumping out from the its late, that's what the low is called, but catches to catch them in the air, trying to press buttons on the way down.
With the world's tallest close slap. Oh.
Getting the counter hit 2D at the start of the round, going for a roll that is blocked. And
again,
oh my god!
There is no jumping in this household when you've got that 6H. 6H? Close slash. And again, throw loops. What is this, Street Fighter? Do it again!
Bite,
yeah, bite. Baby! Do it again!
I was going to shout for one more, but we don't need it. We've got the RC.
That is like the pinnacle of Slayer getting in your head. And
okay, we're back to character select.
I wonder what the mix is. ABBA?
ABBA.
Aber is an interesting one. A bit of like, this is two people just swanging at each other until they can get their win condition.
5H is huge. Is it good enough to box out Mappa Punch? I feel like that will define the matchup.
I feel like the 6P is the more consistent option, but getting the knockdown, like, that's why I think the 6P, the getting the knockdown, going into Jealous Rage, and just sort of looping that.
6P is good to respond to. I feel like having 5H to preemptively block it off
That's
is very
true.
important.
I guess playing a big counter hit 2H from the ABBA. Good burst out. Uh-oh. Can we get the third loop is the question here. I think so. Yes, we can. Into the wall break.
Wall stick slightly early to not get the third power bunker, but the
third
power
power
bunker with
bunker
70% damage.
won't wall stick, if I recall. Good DE install from the ABBA there, conserving your meter. Well, that reached? Maybe that looked like it was going for a Tara bite.
You mentioned that earlier, 6P in the Mappa Punch there, giving Original a chance here. Big
And
counter
the
hit down.
big 2H again. Goes for maybe a fuzzy, a lot of whiffs, but when you're so scared of what ABBA can do, you don't want to press a button there. Good deflect shield on the JD.
Unfortunately, with the backdash afterwards, it allowed Original to dodge the 2H and get back into the corner.
Maybe able to kill here? Not quite.
Yeah, I feel like you need tension to do that. We don't quite have it
Facebreaker
now.
doing a lot of 2H right now. Maybe for better or for worse. And it just wall splats. You just do that slap.
It does it. It works.
But a good grab, spends the meter to kill. It's good awareness from the Facebreaker here.
Yep.
Oh, good burst. You've got to be so scared of 2H here. Just presses slightly too early.
Gets the de-install, forced to be able to see that Slayer's right above you to get the 2S anti-air.
Good use of P Mapper to try and bait out the 6P there. Into a nice conversion. You've got full Jealous Rage. You've got plenty of time to run your mix. Might have been able to kill with the super there.
I don't feel like the gauge is quite high enough to be able to do that.
That DP is so egregious. Alright, a little bit of footsies here. Good 2K2D.
Getting the burst there is huge for Original. Like, unless you die here.
There is every chance that you die here, actually. No, actually. But with Slayer getting your hard knockdown, this is next interaction wins.
Yeah. If you block this correctly or panic, oh.
But no bait from the Facebreaker, which is, I mean, playing it safe,
Yep.
but I guess you got to respect it here. You don't want to go too hard, too quickly. Right, going straight into round 3.
At this point, Original locked in on ABBA, bursting Facebreaker right into the corner, but gets map punched on a whiff Danzai.
Oh, counter hit, 2S, and that's a loop. Doesn't get the loop, that's unfortunate.
Misses the close dash input, forcing a burst to push Original to the corner.
Whiffs the throw as well on that Oki. Ooh, just DP again. It can't not work. A good empty jump in there. Blocks the, blocks the overhead.
It's certainly
Reset.
-2. Getting the close dash there was very lucky.
A good reset, and then, wow,
Yep.
that king.
Now let's do it. Last chance here for Original. Set point on Facebreaker's side. Much more patient round style than we've seen throughout the rest of the set.
I feel like when you're so far in and you start to read each other's round starts, the patient round start is where to go. Doesn't quite get the loop, goes for the manually timed Hand of Doom combo. While looking cool.
Nice gold burst.
What an interaction that was. Good Danzai. That's it.
Danzai again.
Yeah, name came to me. What
Instant
a
JD.
confirm. Uh-oh. And that might be last interaction.
Yeah.
A real dominant set for Facebreaker over there.
Valiant attempt from Original there. They almost managed to start pulling it back, but just a few key mash outs from Facebreaker let them pull the set through to a 3-0.
Yeah, and a nice crowd reaction as well. Clearly got the support, got some friends back there. I respect the time taken from the Original, switching the ABBA, maybe not working with the Happy Chaos, but Facebreaker just had it there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do feel like maybe if they committed to ABBA right from the start, they had enough time to get enough data to adjust to it, because it was starting to go more towards them as the set progressed. They were getting a few more advantageous interactions. They were starting to get there, just didn't have enough time.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of separation between who's going to go through to the higher rounds and who's going to maybe drop into the losers is whether you can look at what your opponent's doing and adapt quick enough. Like, 3 games is not a lot.
Yeah.
Especially if you're 2-0 down, you have to start making some reads. You have to start looking for the resets, looking for where you can just stuff out your opponent's pressure and start running your own.
Absolutely.
I got to respect the meter management as well from Original. Having to manage that Jealous Rage meter is not easy, especially against a character who can get in on you from full screen.
There were just there were a few points where they ran out at inopportune times, like the bit at the end of the second game there, where they did the super projectile, and they couldn't really commit to getting in on Facebreaker because they'd run out of Jealous Rage. But that happens sometimes.
To me, it looked a bit more like a preemptive, try and check them pressing a button. You're both in a low health situation. Maybe you'll come out on top. A bit more of a Hail Mary style, but who knows inside the head of these players, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
When you're 2-0 down last round and you just need to do something, you could press any of your buttons, you can super, you've got all of these options, all of these flowcharts running through your head, and that's what you land on, and maybe it'll work. But unfortunately, in this situation, it didn't. Facebreaker surprisingly playing Slayer. I thought he was a Bridget player. A prolific feature in the Bridget Discord as well. But, yeah, a really commanding round going through to winners round 2, which is where we start to see some real heavy hitters meeting each other.
Yeah, well, it's like you got the first round where it's like all of the people who've been dreading. I've got my round 1 execution. I'm about to get publicly like rounded up and just shot by like the most insane player I didn't know I'd be running into immediately. And now people start like pressing forwards, and the people start to filter into losers, and it gets more tense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's when you start to reach the people who might have even watched your games. Like, might have seen you before. You might have met them at another tournament, be it like a Meltdown or an oh my god, OTB. And so you might start to see people who you're already 2 or 3 layers deep.
Yeah.
You know, you're not trying to get that download. You've already got it halfway there. I mean, you know what it's like when you play someone at the local or you play someone regularly. You don't start at the very beginning.
Yeah. There is a bit of like sort of playing the layer 1 at the start to sort of like check them if you remember from last time, and what are you going to like adjust to my immediate like strengths, and then sort of there you can very quickly pick up, okay, they're still responding in this ways. I know what they're going to like to do, and sort of skip forward into the later layers very quickly.
I mean, especially in these matches where you have the pressure of the stream, you have the pressure of the crowd, and any of the heckling or cheering, you know, like, especially if you haven't faced those environments before, maybe going back to the layer 1 is the play, seeing if they've fallen asleep at the wheel or if they've got a bit nervous. Nerves come into play at these big tournaments.
And also a lot of like RPS cycles back around to layer 1, where so this initial option is like strong, and you need to find a way around it. As you start playing around it, there'll like counter options to that, which eventually cycle back towards that first option is being ignored at this point. I can present it again.
Yeah. I think that's also where you start to see certain characters shining as well. Like, in my personal opinion, it's where you see Slayer shine.
Yeah.
It's, you know, not necessarily... he's volatile for your opponent. As far as for the player, if you run the basics very well, you can very easily come out on top with high damage and a good mix.
Yeah. And with a very like specific neutral that forces your opponent to work around it, is you put the onus on them to deal with what you're doing, and then you can sort of like adjust to how they're doing that.
Yeah, stacking that stress, stacking that mental stack, and then suddenly those layer 1s start to come into play again.
Yeah.
It's where you get some real respect for the high execution mix-up players. Like, people who are playing Chaos at a high level in big tournaments, with the nerves and the stress, with that execution, just trying to flowchart your way through your pressure. I've got to give some real credit to them.
Yeah, like, even if just like in that one game where we saw like Chaos earlier, I was to know how well they were managing their resources, like not going to the gun super, but still going to pull up back to like 3-4 bullets and sticking around to that number most of the time, not overcommitting on spending when that's absolutely necessary, was done really well. And something that in the stress of the tournament you can easily like just lose track of. It's right in the corner there.
Yeah, it's a bit like Marissa as well with the Axel, knowing when to put where's the fish, full screen, and reset, or whether to press on and run their advantage.
Absolutely.
And that's good. Yeah, the difference between the players who are going forward and the players who are going to get their chance in the losers run. But yeah, I think we're going to be moving towards the winners round 2. Like I say, going to see some big names potentially. We've got Leffen in this pool, Scarfell, an excellent Milia, Izzy, a real pleasure to watch on Faust.
And as someone who fought him in Meltdown just last week, absolutely terrifying. It's not just purely because of the fact it's a bad matchup. It's like, it was just nothing I felt I could have done there. I was getting like blocked off constantly. You need to be very aware of what he's doing. I'm hoping I get to see him play.
And on the sets now, at least one of them that I know, SMBF Dagnall, Soul player, second ever VSF, got a hill to climb by the looks of it.
It's clearly like making a good start based on the fact he's already made it this far.
Yeah, I mean, winning a round 1 and going, like, if you're the seed back, you win the round 1, you come into your round 2 with a little bit of momentum. And maybe that might not be enough, but the little bit of confidence boost can go a long way.
Yeah, if you're really off to a good start, you run like the front foot, you're confident at least, you know you've accomplished something, you've not just got like one out.
When you've gone 1-0, you can happily lose 2 games.
You don't have to be like, have you ever played Guilty Gear Strive with your entry fee on the line?
Yeah, exactly. When you're coming into that game 2, you're 1 game up, you've got the confidence, it's about making a statement now. Even if you are playing against like seed 1, seed 2, seed 3, whoever it may be, they could be the biggest name, it's about making a statement. You were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Soul, at the very least, I know. I don't know who the other person may be playing.
I mean, every time we've called out a player recognizing what they play, they've not been playing it so far. So I'm half expecting it's going to be like a Potemkin Mirror or something.
You know what? I love a Potemkin Mirror. I'm going to say it. 2 big guys just wailing on each other, just absolutely beating the hell out of each other.
I mean, I don't think there's a single mirror in this game I don't enjoy watching.
Kai. I'm not a Kai mirror enjoyer.
I think all that depends on how people play him. It's like the people who play Kai were like swinging for the fences, like constant like Fudrarks and everything. Like that's a joy to watch.
That's true.
But most people are like just sort of. My fast slash is really good.
I mean, he's the fundamental footsies character. Like, if you're not so sure who to play coming from another game, maybe you play a Street Fighter or another 2D fighter, and you want a bit of familiarity, you pick Kai.
Yeah.
Or Sol.
Or Geo.
That's true. The Street Fighter people love Geo. Don't know why.
She is basically like, what if Cammy was cool?
Whoa. I'm not hearing Cammy slander. But anyway, regardless of the Street Fighter cast, yeah, I feel the thing that I love about VSF is we do see character diversity.
Yeah.
Like, seeing a high-seeded Faust, a rarity. Happy Chaos, obviously, everywhere these days.
There's always at least 1 or 2. Like, Happy Chaos isn't that common, as you said, he's a very difficult tournament character. He's very inconsistent. But there's always at least 1 or 2 people who like put in the work, put in the time, they've got it down, and they get to pay off with that by knowing like to play a different game than everyone else.
It really does pay off. Like, when you put in that effort and you've taken time to learn the setups, learn the execution, and stay calm, then it really does work. Soul Eno, that's right, I'm right here, folks.
Well, time to get behind the player cam.
Eno having a tough time dealing with Soul 5K. However, you're not meant to block Eno.
Yeah.
50-50 mix-ups all day long, safe setups. If Dan can capitalize on knowing when to mash, knowing when to throw, knowing when to backdash, that's where you start running your pressure. And it's Moshi Maria. Excellent.
Straight into the game
player right now. Goes for the wild throw, gets the Oki. 2D. Ooh,
Nice
good
check on the 5D there.
No pressure is an interesting one. Something I was introduced to the other day is that deflect shield is a really strong option against it.
Yeah.
So if Dan can manage his resources well and play around this, it might be the key to winning here.
Getting the full conversion here, not quite close enough to break the wall. Trying to force out one more mistake here from Moshi Maria.
Ooh, a good dive kick out.
Amazing 2K. Lost the DP, but too high to punish.
I've got to respect Dagnall here for representing the DP. You've got to make your opponent scared of it, especially when they're playing these volatile mix-up characters.
Yeah, with there being no knockdown there, the thought of DP didn't even cross my own mind. I would have been completely jump scared by that. I was amazed that Maria blocked it.
A really nice patient game from Moshi Moshi Maria, and it's working out well for them, just getting the little bits here and there.
Got the tap dust, getting the slide in, and then catching it with the 2D.
Oh, almost gets the birth bait.
Corner.
You could see Dagnall was thinking about it, but maybe just not enough commitment to it. A good YRC out.
Trying to bait it, but just a bit too high up to land and block it.
Catches with the tap dust. You know what? I can really respect the tap dust with no meter. You've got to, I guess, make your opponent afraid of it. It's all about the conditioning, right?
Yeah. If you present it early on, your opponent's going to be thinking about the entire rest of the set, and then you just don't have to do it again. Your opponent's going to start just like occasionally like panic stand blocking, and you can hit him with a 2D.
But that's a really convincing first game from Dagnall. I think Moshi Moshi Ria can see some cracks. Whether they can get in, dig it in, and just open Dagnall's pressure.
Yeah, they're getting some good like reversal type situations where they'll catch Dagnall making a mistake and punish him. But I feel like they're letting Dagnall get in a bit too easily.
Yeah, Dagnall's a really big fan of the like jump in, backdash to try and catch and throw. It's almost a very Street Fighter kind of mix-up. The DP clashes.
Oh.
Wow. Good PRCs from both players there. The run-up throw.
A lot of beat on Maria's side here. Will she get a chance to use it? With the OTG 6-8, she won't go straight to round 2.
Straight into round 2. Good awareness on the OTG 6H from Dagnall. Seeing when that's going to kill is going to be a really big thing. Especially if Sol not able to convert off the Vortex.
Stand blocks the 2D and gets a big punish with the 2K there, forcing the low. Close dash. Catching a back dash.
Maybe just a little bit too patient from Moshi Moshi Maria, giving Dagnall just a little bit too much space to do what he wants to.
There was a lot of DPing in the early rounds here, and I feel like they're very worried about it now.
Yes.
In the head
And
again.
there it is again. Really good reads from Dagnall. Catches with the counter hit Fafnir. I believe you can pick up from that.
Catching the greedy run up there with the 2K, but 2 S's through the landing.
Oh, good tap dust. Get the 2K2D. And a throw bait to take the round. Really clean there.
Yeah, so very convincing first couple of games here. There's been some good specific interactions out from Maria. I feel like they're starting to get there, but they just need to find ways of keeping Dagnall out and keeping more control of the general flow of the game.
Yeah, oof. Trying to use stroke to contact Vortex is a death sentence. Good
Nice
block on the Vortex. Gets the counter hit.
Gets the counter hit conversion for 5P, goes for the overhead, overhead low.
This is what I mean from Moshi Moshi Maria, of maybe just being a little bit too patient. Good throw tech, I guess. The old Bristol handshake, as we like to call it.
Counter 2S conversion from Dagnall here, going straight. Oh no!
Misses
About
the
too
combo.
fast.
And the 6H to kill. Great awareness from Dagnall. Yeah, Moshi Moshi Maria just giving a little bit too much space on their own pressure. Runs the note, jumps over the 2S. Oof. Seems like Moshi Moshi Maria has the right mindset here. Has baited out a good couple of DPs. Just doesn't have the instinct to punish.
Yeah, either that or like maybe they'd already committed to the stroke and like the DP came out meant to be something else. I sort of stood under it and it was like a tragic event.
Yeah, ooh, good counter hit on the Gunflame. Can't convert though.
We've got a lot of meter for Maria here. Any hit will be able to do it, but we're forcing to burst. That's really bad.
Ooh, good hover dashing away from the Vortex there. A potential hero burst from Dagnall there.
It's made up a lot there for Maria's forced burst earlier. Getting the burst out from Dagnall there to even out the round, and we backdash the 6H, getting an immediate knockdown. Then to run the low mix, going again.
Yeah, I feel like the awareness to know that you're one round up and you can take that into another round might have saved Dagnall a bit of pressure in this one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Good 5K on the dive kick. Into the RC.
Going low.
Empty low. Run the pressure. Counter hit to... That might be dead, folks. And
Oh,
that is
absolutely.
a clean convert for Dagnall, taking the game.
Very convincing 3-0. There was a bit of like flashes there towards the end. Maria starting to get like around on the board. Getting a bit more ways to approach more consistently. But just not quite able to seal it out.
And a real big deserved pop-off from Dagnall, who wasn't able to get a game last year in BSF, has now reclaimed himself.
I'm going to channel some of the energy for myself and my in a couple hours.
I think we could all do with a bit of that energy,
Yeah.
a bit of that pop off when we win. But yeah, I feel like Moshi Moshi Maria sort of, you could see the glimpses of getting the cracks, getting the DPs, mixing up, but just couldn't quite push it.
I feel like a lot of that was really built just like tournament nerves. Like they were making a lot of good decisions and just couldn't really like close out from them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I say, when you can hear a crowd behind you who's cheering for the other person, always demoralizes you a bit. Or a crowd in front of you, or the commentators, they start getting in your head, and unfortunately, just wasn't able to, force their way in.
Yep.
Dagnall, I've got to give respect, representing that DP quite aggressively.
Yeah, and I was about to say it worked more often than I feel like it should have, but it did whiff a lot. They just sort of got away with it sometimes.
I feel like, you've kind of got to contextualize it. Of if you're getting away with it even when it whiffs, why not do it?
Yeah. Especially because it led to the point where like Maria was being very like cautious on offense and not wanting to overcommit, trying to play around it a lot, which led to a lot of like less mixed up situations. Like Eno didn't get to keep control of the round.
Yeah. I feel like that's where, like, it felt like Moshi Moshi Maria had started at like layer 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I needed to roll it back, play it safe, do some more safe setups. You know, the basics, get the basic conversion, set up into Oki, and then run the pressure, as opposed to trying to sort of over push.
It's a problem I have a lot where like you get DP'd twice in a row, you're terrified of DP the rest of the set.
I mean, there are really good players out there who are great at conditioning you. We have some at our local who will do nothing but DP for the entire first game, and then they'll throw you on your Oki when you're so scared of it. And I think it's a good sign of a good player.
Yeah.
When you've got the conditioning behind you, I guess.
Yeah, like you're on defense, but you still want to like assert options and force the opponent to be. If the opponent is worried on their own offense, you've got like a lot of freedom to do whatever you want to do.
When you can take your turn back when you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And that's big against these more volatile mix-up characters.
We were speaking about him earlier, but Izzy's heading over to the stream setup now.
Excellent. I'm glad you recognize people. As we were saying earlier, Izzy, a Faust Lab Gremlin and Resident Meltdown.
Infamous mini Faust thrower. The amount of pocket Londoners he'll whip out is like disgusting. He's the luckiest Faust player I've ever seen.
There's no such thing as luck. It's all skill, I'll have you know.
Whenever I watch Izzy play, I'm convinced there's a secret command you can input to like just choose to get mini Faust.
Got a third button on the item toss.
Like, I was watching him play casuals, and it was like each hammer into mini Faust into meteors.
It's, sometimes the game just likes you. That's what Izzy has done. He's built a relationship with the game.
The game's like, you've been playing Faust since launch. We kind of feel bad for you. You've been posting a lot of like why Faust doesn't work on Twitter. We'll give you good luck. Please be patient with us. Please look forward to it.
Guilty Gear 2.0, am I right, folks?
We know Faust is good in every other game. We're gonna have to give you something.
They're gonna make his crawl low profile everything. That's what I'm calling. It's gonna low profile slayer 2H.
But he's going to have a very specific crawl angle where he keeps his arms upwards so he gets to go over like two Ks and 2Hs. He's just like leaning forwards like this with his arms outstretched.
Active hitbox go. I mean, the sign of a lab Faust Gremlin. It's kind of what you've got to be when you've got a character who has combos from any interaction with something strange. Bombos are awesome. Doing like the boys, the mini Faust army. If you can learn to convert off that and take advantage of any situation, that's the sign of an excellent Faust.
I feel like that happens to a lot of characters as you begin to get mastery over them. There's the point where you can like recognize a weird situation and know how to convert off of that. I think that happens to a lot. But that is like the thing Faust does. That is his specialty. He is especially good at it.
It's hit confirming, like in turbo mode. Most people, there is a heavy crowd response, and another Eno player on the set. I tip my hat to you.
They really should. At this point, you should give the hat to him at this point.
Yeah, I should. I should start donating to the Eno players. It's a bit like an install. Faustino, another interesting matchup. Faust with a lot of big buttons can deny a lot of the screen.
I just feel like outside of exactly 6P, he kind of struggles to cover the angle Lux throw approach from.
I'm sorry, I can hear the crowd yelling ground start gold burst behind us. Oh, what a butt check, folks.
We get a button check item toss, so we need to see if Izzy's luck before it matters.
You gotta make sure you know where item toss. I guarantee him, if he button checks item toss, he's gonna get a mini Faust. And we're all gonna be crazy about it.
Oh, he's not doing it. No.
Boo.
He's saving the luck. Saving the luck.
Gotta save those 4 mini Fausts in a row for the actual set. All right, here we go.
We've got like filled up seats, a crowd behind the stream setup. Like, it's a very, very exciting matchup here.
We are gathering a crowd, gathering a really aggressive crowd. Make some noise for the stream sound, folks. Let's get it going. Hector versus
the name's familiar. I don't know where it's from, but I think I recognize it.
Beat another SNBF player to get here. I know that much. And there's the boys coming in. Close slash after close slash. One of the only -1 close slashes
backing
in the
up
game.
here and punishing the stroke with fast slash. Getting that unnecessary heal.
The mix-up with J2K.
It's caught by note and gives Hector a chance here, but the 5Ks are going to be boxing the back out.
Setting up the boys again.
Well, to catch the trumpet.
Oh, and the up RC for the combo. Hits the waist. And the overhead.
Incredibly convincing round there, just showing off everything that Faust has to offer.
Just all the
keeping
tech.
boxed out.
Yeah. Good 2K out of the pressure. Straight to keep yourself safe. Ooh, good chemical love. Now you're in the corner.
Good chase on the jump there. Getting the conversion with the second end.
Saves the meter for after the wall break. So I can really respect the against Faust. If you want to keep off the get off me button at you, unlucky to get caught by the bomb. Right,
there it is! There it is! There it is! BRC into the mini Faust. That's unfortunate. Glove punch for 60, forcing a burst.
A great RC on the MLA. No punish on the tap dust.
The counter hit 2H with the RC there after the Scarecrow. It's all over for game 1.
Is he really showing off all of the Faust tech that he possibly can?
Just put as much information as you can on the board. Over on the opponents, they're not sure what to be adjusting to. They're just doing everything. Rushing into the corner though, it's a good chance.
Misses on the note. Maybe couldn't punish. Nice needle from Izzy.
I do respect doing the upwards node because with like float and J2K, Faust can try to run away into the air a lot.
Oh yeah, float is a horrific tool. Caught by the mix. The crowd goes wild!
Whiffs command grab, it doesn't matter if you're counter at J2K.
Really safe pressure, good blocks from Hector here, being very patient. Careful not to try and mash out. Just really desperately trying to get in with a hunter dash. To the wall, and now you've got positive bonus, but you're back to both standing. There we go. Misses the note. Okay,
there it is!
I gotta say it, that's Gap. Hitting the command grab is Gap.
That
kills. Deserved.
That's the motivation booster you need.
Yeah.
Hector's back in the set.
Hearing the crowd go wild for the command grab. Ooh, nice bit of stagger pressure.
Conversion there. Eats the afro as the boys start running over, not quite getting close enough to steal the wall break.
Ooh, good blocks.
Bravostold again goes for the overhead, forcing another mixed jar.
And again, a really patient blocking game played from Hector. It's working out.
That risk gauge and everything. Any hit's going to be...
Gets caught by a tap dust. Good burst. You need to. When you're full risk, it does not matter who your opponent is. They are gonna hurt.
It's a bit of an uphill battle next this round here. They've got the 6P, but there's still a major life lead on Izzy's side.
Yeah. Oof, almost blocks across from Scarecrow.
No intention to convert, but in the corner, it's a very difficult spot to be in this little health. The 2H will just close out the round.
Oh yeah.
Round 3.
And when you've got the threat of Afro on you with the JD, Guard Crush, there's not a lot you can do there. Ooh, really patient on trying to punish the miss-up. Good deflect shield. Playing the keep out game.
Better awareness of the bomb that time, being able to carefully block it.
There's mini fast again.
Perfectly delayed on the mini fast there. Makes not hitting until the point where it's going to go to Oki.
Good blocks from Hector, blocking all the mix-ups, getting caught by the frame trap though. That could be dead.
The unnecessary super just to really push the point in that Izzy is going up 2-2-0.
It's about making a statement, am I right?
I mean, you got your super in round 1 of this game. I get to do mine at the end. It's only fair.
I think there is definitely a chance here for Hector. You can see that there are gaps.
Yeah, that second round was a lot better than the first one there. Izzy's like nowhere near as much in control.
It's very much that he can bleed, therefore you can kill him. It's the I am not the meteors, a real threat on the board.
And then they're coming out, stuck in the corner, they're bursting through them. Don't want to deal with the meteors, which is fair enough.
Very good use of burst from Hector. Good awareness on the meteor. Ducks!
Counter hit 6H goes too high.
Pick up. Blocks the needle, but gets caught by the mix into the super for the wall break.
Yeah, nice early conversion. I didn't check the burst gauge, so there might have been to play around that.
I don't think it was, but I guess you get the super wall break, you get the knockdown if you can't convert anyway else. Gets caught by the low again. Maybe too scared of the tap dust or the overhead.
Yeah, I felt like especially because like you're trying to get away from Faust, trying to get into the air so you can try to move around him.
I think that's where what?
Oh my god.
What a move to make. Yeah, I feel like where you've got the hover dash and you can't backdash it as
reliably.
Yeah, as belligerently as any other character. Good 5K to catch the hover dash. Catches Hector blocking. Sets them in the corner.
Using the block on the banana skin to get back in. Getting in counter hit with the JS or counter sorry, but air conversion.
And again, really patient from Hector, just waiting out the Faust items.
I feel like the thing that's doing them in is that they'll be waiting out, trying to block something, and then they'll be, okay, Izzy's not doing anything. I'll try to press a button there, give it enough of a break for Izzy to get back in.
He's very good at managing the tempo of this game. That's very evident here. Good YRC.
Nice super PRC there, getting the conversion with a tap dust.
And Cheryl doesn't kill. No, it doesn't. Misses the weight conversion. And a great JH. JS? My bad.
Catching the stroke, getting the counter hit with 2 break to seal out from that. And Izzy wins 3-0.
With a mixed response from the crowd. There are the Izzy lovers and the Izzy haters coming up to this set. But a really convincing set. Hector doing some bits, hitting the hypest command grab super of the day.
Yeah, well, so far. It's still too early to call it.
Still early to call it, but so far, I mean, like I say, it's about making a statement, right?
Yeah. And so with Izzy staying on the winner's side, there likely plenty more mini Faust to see going forwards.
Oh yeah, I mean there were a lot of mini Faust in that set. You were right.
I told you.
He might just have a button for mini Faust.
Like, the only bad item toss he pulled was when he ate a donut at full health.
Oh my gosh, my steak is too juicy, my lobster's too buttery. No, made really good use of denying the space with 5K. I think that was just a really impressive game plan. Using the thrusts as well.
Knowing when Hector was getting nervous and wanted to try to force their way in with stroke, and that's why we would go into the edge and dive kick to punish it.
Also, just the tempo. Like we were saying earlier, when you've got a player who is very patient and is just going to hold you out, wait you out on the blocks, going, I'm going to do nothing. Press a button. I dare you. And then just capitalizing on the counter hit.
I'm not doing anything. My first is over. 5H.
Oh yeah, the overhead.
Oh, that's 6H. In my head, I'm representing Baikon's 5H because that's what visually every 5H is to me. Like, it's something like that. But like, you're doing nothing. No, my first is over. Some big button that will counter hit you.
Yes. Play something slow. Almost invite them to challenge you.
Yeah.
Slayers do it with 2H. You know, Pots do it with 2H. And well, grab. Yeah, it's about, you can either run the throw mix up, but when you are playing a character with a minus on block close slash and who gets FD'd out quite easily, the strike throw isn't quite there. So
you do have a command grab, but it's difficult to present the threat of it.
The command grab feels more like a read or a committal mix-up.
Yeah.
You've got to go in for the command grab. You've got to make sure that if you're representing it, you are going for it.
You absolutely need to have like the need to back you up to try and stay safe there, escape it.
Yeah, agreed. Whew, but that was an excellent game, and that sends Izzy propelled forward convincingly for the future winners games.
I was going to say he lives to Mini Faust another day, but he's in winners, so he would have been able to get to do it regardless. But he lives to have us see Mini Faust another day.
I personally am quite excited for that. It's nice to see a Faust playing at their highest potential. And now we have 2 new players on. A player who I recognize, but I can't remember what
Yeah, I think I visually recognize like one, maybe both of these. They both look familiar, but I can't place their names.
The joy of being in the Strive scene, in such a flourishing scene at the moment, especially with the new announcements, with Loser coming soon, everybody's around. We've gotten to meet so many lovely people. We've gotten to play against so many great players.
Especially with a game that's a few years older at this point, like Strive is. So it's going on towards its 5th year. If you're going to be showing up to like events fairly regularly, you're going to start to recognize people more often. And to be like, I think I know you. I'm sorry I don't remember your name.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to say anything other than the fact that the Strive scene is flourishing at the moment. And I'm excited to see where it's going to go. We've already been getting predictions for season 5, Guilty Gear 2.0.
However, that's being like end up being bundled and presented to us. Like, if they've got 6 months to piece that together. We'll figure it out.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we're not going to get any of the legacy gas leaks at VSF this year.
Yeah, that's a shame. Knowing how much that's defined, like location test descriptions going forward, people always call those gas leaks now. Whenever people saying anything, like it's a potential gas leak. Everyone, watch out. I think we should have given us that again. We deserve to redefine what it means to have a gas leak.
The Axel players were on something 2 years ago. They were on demon time.
At least the biker players pretty quickly figured out your Sunset is worse, and that's about it.
Not anymore though. Vacuum in plus on block, cross up move.
I mean, it was doing that in season 3 when it crossed up, but like front facing Yozanzen was worse.
That's fair. So Amelia.
I saw the air dash and thought we were going straight into the game, but no, this is a button check, which they whiffed the gold burst on, so we'll be here for a while.
No gold burst on round start. What a disappointment. And now the optimal meter build sprint at each other.
I forgot that Milia Naruto runs.
Oh yeah, so she does. Milia's another character that is like a real pleasure to watch live.
She's a nightmare to play against.
Yeah, but it's a bit like watching Marvel 3 without understanding what's going on, and you're like, wow, that Milia's doing something.
It's like occasionally you'll see something like I recognize something when I've learned the counterplates and try to deal with her, but she's doing this. But then she'll like fly back up into the screen, do like air dash, like disc, dive, kick. Okay, I'm confused again.
And Milia Sol is another fun one where it's like Sol has the DP to represent. Sol has the 5k and certainly the damage.
Yes.
It's about it's one of those matchups where you have to vortex.
Yeah.
You have to stay on top.
And a reliable 6p to catch as well. We're going into the first game. We get to see. Oh, I didn't realize it was Scarfell. Why did I not realize that?
Scarfell, a heck of a Milia player. Lost to Matty recently, who could be a later player. 7 for Drowning Pools recently, and a avid Meltdown player.
I played against them in Drowning Pools like a couple of years ago, but it's been a while. I got like the closest 3-0 of my life, but seeing how much they've improved since then, I'm very excited to see what's happening.
Sets a bit, goes to the same side overhead, into the Septum voices, into the wall break. What a combo!
Really, it's like consistent conversions there. Everything I'm expecting to see.
A great use of meter as well. 2k to do set, what the Oki.
Nice deflect shield, very, very good choice of sides.
Whether you can keep Milia out on her pressure, it might be what defines this matchup. And a great read on the DP from Scarfell. Drops the combo, unfortunately.
But he managed to push back into the corner here. Catching the backdash in the air, going for a big conversion here.
Oh, what a wall bounce combo. It's nice to see that. I feel like I haven't seen enough of Artemis being used recently.
Nice cross-up DP there, pushing Scarfell back into the corner.
Jumps the disc and the air tech. Oh my gosh!
Air throws too early and gets thrown upon landing. That's tragic.
That is tragic. Unfortunate for Carrot. Scarfell has just been able to run their pressure so consistently. Just can't seem to get off Carrot here.
I mean, Carrot's defense has been like incredible. They're very good placed DP, jumping very cleanly, but they're just sort of like struggling to keep Scarfell out.
A really patient neutral as well from Scarfell. You can see not pressing any buttons, just doing a bit of a sort of FD dash. Goes for the reset, the TK Bad Moon.
And that'll be the round.
The scariest mix-up might be the one that you expect most.
I mean, Millions do so much like unorthodox things, and they've got like the ability to steal the corner whenever they like it at this point. But just TK Bad Moon, costing resources, that's a big commitment.
Oh, absolutely. And it's the mental stack, right? When you're thinking about disc, when you're thinking about cross-up, a TK Bad Moon could be the difference. Good decision on the burst on the Mirage.
Anti-air 2D, very nice. PRC can stay safe from the throw, but gets a backdash on the air.
Anti-airing 2D is something we love to see. What a conversion from Scarfell. Not able to kill.
Yeah, pretty heavy scaling there, and Soul's got good guts and good defense, but gets mashed out into the S-disc for the game.
Yeah, maybe trying to get a bit too overzealous with the close slash loops. Scarfell is a player who is very good at recognizing gaps. We've seen that. We've seen how they can mash. We've seen how they know where your pressure ends. Oh, good jump call out on the Artemis from Kara.
Nice S-disc poking from neutral, staying very safe here, just trying to tease Kara going to the air, begging them to chase her.
Maybe going for a bit of a burst bait. The sort of thing you can do when you're 2-0 up.
Nice check on the throw attempt.
Catches the backdash, but not able to convert, and a good jump out from Kara. Caught by the dash up TK Bad Moon.
The FRC of the 2K there, just in case.
And it beats the DB. Artemis to gain the meter.
Nice catch on the air dash. Big chance for Kara.
You might be able to kill here. Great conversion from Kara. Unable to get the super. Good awareness to save the burst, though.
Yeah.
Scarfell maybe fishing for a little bit of a burst bait. Take it into what could be your final round.
Gets him low again, goes for the same side, and Minty doesn't even need to go overhead all low. We're blocking the Fafnir, gets a chance to check the 2K, running in with the 5P, or 2P, sorry, incredibly quickly.
Oh, good blocks on the overhead from Carrot. A really patient defense there.
Backdashing the Bandit Revolver, or Bandit Bringer, sorry. Go over to the other side, we're going back towards the other corner, while they'll sort of push them there with the disc.
Set up another mix-up, cross up, and that might be game.
Set and match. Very convincing from Scarfell there, exactly what expected from them, just very patient, solid control of the game, not overextending, and trying to punish the opponent for doing the same.
I think the sort of key thing that we saw there was a very, very patient neutral.
Yes.
Like, barely pressing any buttons until Carrot did.
Yes.
Like, a really solid fundamental footsies round.
I mean, the common advice is don't chase Milia, but Milia can easily put you in a situation where you're kind of forced to like play her game. You're forced to engage with her in the air in some degree. And Scarfell, they were very good at sort of knowing when to play that card to the point where they could then be more careful and cautious and not risk overextending.
Yeah, I completely agree. Carrot did do a good job of sort of like, you're going to stay over there, I'm going to stay over there and wait for you to come to me. Scarfell just had the mobility, the movement, and the reads to get in. And then, I mean, it's the Milia Vortex, right? The Milia Vortex both mentally and physically, because there is nothing more crushing than playing against a Vortex mix-up character and getting wrong like 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Like, whether it's whether it's Milia, whether it's Bike going without any of the conversions, if you're on 3 times, you're like, it's all over for me. I'm cooked. I can't do anything right. And then that's the mental stack is almost blown up.
You are in absolute, like, flowchart hell. You are thinking about so many things. And then they'll just hit you with the same thing again, because it's just about the actual overload. Oh, what a game. Scarfell coming out with a really, really hot. Yeah. Haven't seen a lot of them recently personally, but I know they're a frequent meltdowner.
Fairly frequent. I missed the Potter Scarfell apart from the one last week because of some like various circumstances. But like, and we see them sometimes, they're not like there every month.
I mean, we are in the season of fighting games. You know, we've had Evo recently, crossover last week, all sorts of big European, NA, regional tournaments that some players have just darted back and forth to. I cannot imagine the jet lag that some of these players must face.
At least you get a couple of days to kind of recover between them, but like, it's pretty back to back. And the more often you're traveling, the less time you have to just like as much as you're playing constantly the weekend that you're there. For traveling, it's sort of like slightly de-rust because you don't get to play for like a day. And so you need to like finals to get to re-warm up is like pretty important. Oh, we've got a Dizzy on the screen.
And I believe that's Flash. But in the esports jersey. Be nice to see a Dizzy. Feel like we haven't seen enough of them in this bracket. Or at all anywhere, really.
And they picked up my favorite color Dizzy as well, so I'm very pleased.
Color 8 for the win.
And for most characters, I like the color red because I am an infamous pink enjoyer, but like, I think it looks really pretty on Dizzy.
Chip Dizzy's got to be quite fun. You're both quite low damage, but one of them's trying to keep you full screen and one of them's trying to run at you full screen.
I think a lot of it depends on like how much Chip's fast movement speed affects how well Dizzy can keep him out.
I think the thing is whether the Chip player can stay outside of the Dizzy's range and then punish. Because you can punish things like Michael's Sword or any of the big committal buttons that Dizzy can press.
Yeah. I feel like Dizzy 5K is probably going to be very important in this matchup. It goes quite far. It's pretty fast in like 8 frames, if I remember correctly. And it like covers a good amount of space that stops a lot of Chips like dashing up approaches.
I feel like Dizzy 2D as well. Another good option. However, Chip is... Oh, no. We've been button check mixed up. A May player. How
right, so we've been busy talking about the Dizzy matchup. I got all excited. But May Chips was a fun time to watch. I'll look forward to this.
Haven't seen too many big May players recently. I mean, in any of the big majors, from what I can remember.
And what I said about 5K still applies because May has the same one. It's the same 5K.
That's fair enough. And that's Oliver Oily coming off 9th at Only the Best, losing to Zando. A pretty good placement at Hessen. So a real solid May player.
Yeah. And we're already setting up the rope here. A lot of swinging for the fences, dolphining all over the place. Using RC to force pressure and catching the backdash with 2K.
Up dolphin being plus on block or neutral at worst.
Nice catch with the jab there. Jumps the command grab but gets anti-edge.
Not able to punish the command grab, which is a bit unfortunate. With the Alpha Blade, this Chip is all over the place. Into the Zante for the Aura.
Flash is just... We're coming out swinging. We're swinging the defenses right from the start. That catches by the 6K, and that's going to be the round.
Flash is playing a very touchy, like, jittery Chip, which can be really quite scary to play against. Converts into the Alpha Blade.
Nothing is just fake. It's all real pressure. You've got to hold it. You can't keep pressing buttons.
Yep. Good 6P on the Dolphin.
Converts off the overheads and goes through the wall for a big life lead and with burst advantage as well.
And again, just keeping that May back at the wall. You will not Dolphin at me. You will get counter hit and you will die for it.
Just flying all over the screen, putting buttons right where they need to be and constantly catching you, attempting to do anything.
Oliver, a little bit of a hesitation on the set there. Maybe thinking about a character change. Maybe just thinking about what can I do to stop this Chip from getting away from me.
Well, one example of that is catching him in the air with the up dolphin, and we're seeing the rewards of doing that.
Into like a half-elf combo. Maybe goes for the burst bait, the charge 6H. Good patience from
We can
Flash.
play around burst regardless. We got lots of like jump cancels and big normals. We're
And
fine.
that's what a response from Olive Oily to that commanding first round from Flash. Gets the stagger, goes for the command grab, good burst out.
Unfortunately, backdashes right into the down hit of up dolphin, forcing a DP out.
Gets caught by the dive kick. A dive. What
I thought about it. But with that big counter hit there, right back into the other corner, catching with the 2K.
Overhead into low. That is one of the mix-ups of all time.
6H cancel, just staring at each other, catching with the 2D, good knockdown.
Into the overhead. Converts into maybe looking for a reset, but the wall broke a bit quickly.
The main Japanese guts keeping her in the game, but this counter is past that.
But doesn't convert. Caught by the Alpha Blade at the wall. What a move.
Identifying that the Alpha Blade was in the perfect angle to catch Olive Oily is very good awareness there, and it paid off incredibly well.
Not quite able to convert with the Dolphin. Thrown into the corner, not where you want to be against May. Throw loops. Maybe looking for another one, but a good backdash from Flash. What a jittery game. Everybody is flying everywhere right now.
Gets the JD wall bounce, go for the close slash. Trying to go for
Doesn't
reset
get
against
the wall
Dolphin.
splat. Bursts out, a good option. Caught jabbing. Good blocks on the Wrecker. Blocks the 6K. Cross up Alpha Blade in the corner. Deflect shield. Dolphin try and catch it. Heavy Dolphin catches the backdash.
I mean, 6H is all you need.
6H is all you need. What a move. A really good response from Olive Oil, and it seems like we've got our first competitive game on sticks.
I don't know if it's still there, but the Dust Loop May 6H used to say, if it hits you, you die. And well, we got to see exactly that.
Flash taking a second, really thinking about this one.
Both locked in now, 1-1. Only one more chance for each of them to change the character. That's what they're thinking of.
I think there's also the level of, you've displayed that you can win.
Yes.
What did I do wrong in this second game? Or more importantly, what did Olive Oily do different that let them take advantage? And a burst bait, maybe an unfortunate burst timing from Olive Oily.
Nice, took the BRC to catch the backdash there. Gets a big punish.
Going to the wall. Positive bonus, what's the mix-up? Catches the jump with the up Dolphin.
And the backdash is caught by the 2K again, forcing out another beta blade.
Oof, good 6P on the 5H. And there it is.
It's a bit too far away to get any real conversion. Getting a
What's
YRC.
an Ampere? Good block on the Alpha Blade.
And then Flash playing a lot more patiently now, like playing keep away and trying to bait Olive Oil into doing something.
And a
Like
great
backdashing
backdash on the
there!
Dolphin. It's what you need. Capitalizing on just that incredible spacer.
Oh, the JH!
Up Dolphin for the plus range into the 2K2D. Wants the Oki. Goes into the projectile. Clashes with a DP but no punish. RC to catch the backdash, and that's so much damage from that.
Nice jump out from Flash.
Good use of the Alpha Blade as a
Escape tool.
mobility tool, yeah. But run-up throw. Some of the best mix-up you'll ever see is the run-up throw.
Yeah, why would you do anything else? It's unblockable.
Command grab, isn't it? Playing a really interesting air game, both players here. Trying to challenge each other. Flash trying to challenge with the trying to challenge up Dolphin with the JK. Catches with the Alpha Blade. Now you're back in the corner. Goes for the throw on the clone.
Wrecker. Present Wrecker the PRC low.
Wrecker overhead, PRC low is unblockable.
Despicable every time
it's
you see it.
unblockable.
But it's devious and it works every time.
It does indeed.
Nice
Okay,
air dash
Dark.
around the beach ball.
Olive Oil doing a really good job at catching Flash's backdashes with the S Dolphin, and that's so much damage.
The BD close slash getting a big reset of the damage there.
Say goodbye to your health bar. However, Flash is the one with meter here. Gonna have to be really careful about poking. 168, you are dead.
Olive Oil managed to get some meter eventually, but they didn't really get much out of that positive bonus.
And catches, it confirms into the super.
Not quite going to kill, but gets the knockdown to try and force one more good hit.
You've got the potential, interesting, Wild Assault.
Wild Assault, jump cancel, Alpha Blade. I got hit.
I have no idea what just happened. Chip was behind me, hit me with a low? I don't know.
Like run up, aiming to immediate meaty white, orange Wild Assault, and then hitting from the other side.
With the Alpha Blade, that was ridiculous. Olive Oil again using that S Dolphin just to catch the backdash.
Converts off the trades.
That might be dead.
Maybe 6H would have. I don't know if you have enough time for that though. I appreciate 5H.
6P again. Oof, tries to mash out on the Wrecker, dies for it. Another really passive round start. Like I say, when you're at what could be going into match or tournament points, caught by the command grab, the mental stack is too high.
Getting every Alpha Blade to land, catching the backdashes in 2K as well.
Actually lets the Wrecker throw this time. Good match out. And again, just some really jittery neutral from both players. You got the potential of a burst here. Good confirming to the super, might even kill.
Fortunately, that super does not do much damage.
Fortunately, but you've got a hard knockdown into some very safe VT normals.
Just throwing the Rekka into a fast slash. Just
Some really nice stagger pressure from Flash here. Olive Oily looking for maybe game point here. Good burst out to the chip in the corner. Oh, and a catch on the jump out.
Not quite able to convert off and getting the 5H on the Alpha Blade, baiting far. Double
Catch on the backdash. That might be everything that Olive Oily needs.
It's everything and more.
It is.
Way more damage in the tank than Chip's health bar can possibly sustain.
And that puts you on 2-2. We have a game on our hands here, folks.
So the first game 5 of VSF Strive bracket is coming towards your screens.
And it's a chip and a May. Can we make some noise for the people on the set? Let's hear what they have to offer.
You got the bursting here, back into more mid-screen interactions with the throw.
Oh,
baiting another one.
Spacing on the throw. Off to the wall break. What's the mix-up? You've got the hard knockdown, you've got resources, positive.
Just checking if you with a Gamma Blade. You are too scared, you are too patient. I'm going to reset you for free.
Goes for another wall break. We're just going coast to coast in this round.
But gets the 3 KRC conversion. You've got to worry about burst here.
Oh, interesting use of burst, spending it to just try and get that first round.
I mean, his health was low enough. I thought it was the same thing to do.
It could be last interaction either way, depending. And that's the command grab. We convert off those.
Worried about spacing, but the next hit is going to do it, and Flash manages to lose a big life lead with a huge comeback for Olive Oily there. Up on set point now.
You go in set point, you've got to be nervous. Gets the command grab, the 5P, 6H, Dolphin.
Gets the up Dolphin.
What a wall break. Great convert from Olive Oily. Catches the backdash again, maybe getting a little bit cagey from Flash here.
Nice check there on the S Dolphin. A lot of meats on Olive Oily's side though. Wonder what they can...
Blocks the super, what a call out!
Catching the back to the post slash, baiting the burst, and that would be the set. Olive Oily wins 3-2 with a steady stream of comebacks.
What a read on the instant burst from Olive Oily, taking you the round. Flash, you got to be a little bit disappointed with that one.
We mentioned right at the start that like May is really good at taking burst. She's got a lot of threats she wants to jump cancel from, and a lot of her normals are fairly spaced and disjointed. She's good at baiting burst, and we saw it there at the end there with Olive Oily doing it like twice in a row.
Oh yeah, I feel like that was where the reads come in. Olive Oily felt like she was in Flash's head.
Yeah.
It felt like you just, when you get to 2-2, you're game 5, final round, you've had enough time to adapt. You know the burst baits. You see that they just need to get out your pressure. And she just read it really well.
Yeah. And like the very like good awareness of like the hit confirming of 3K directly into RC and converting it for those like super cleanly.
3K is a hell of a move. Can be spaced to be safe, and especially against Chip, who wants to run at you.
Yeah, it was something we weren't seeing on like the first couple of rounds, and then towards the end, it was like getting presented a lot. But I feel like Olive Oily on that Flash is doing a lot of like dash forth, dash back, playing very passively, trying to bait something from May because she likes to swing with big buttons.
Yes.
And that's the bit where 3K can shine. If you're walking backwards, you're going to get
stopped
hit.
using the big buttons, started using the dolphins, catching the backdashes, and that was Flash's downfall. He played an incredible set. Really, really tried for it, but unfortunately, just couldn't come out on top.
And that's not to downplay what Flash was doing. Flash was like taking control most of the set there. There's a couple of bits at the end where Olive Oily managed to take over. Getting Chip to backdash through some of those S dolphins and getting clean close back punishes. Some amazing conversions from that, like very clean play on both sides.
Oh, absolutely. And I guess the knowledge to convert into such high damage combos, like, yes, it's all well and good when you can make someone fear the strike. However, if you can make them fear a strike for 70% of your health, it suddenly becomes such a different game.
I mean, both of them, especially like until Guts comes into play, are fairly fragile characters, so you have to be aware of that. But they did a very good job of enforcing why you are afraid of that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited to see who we're going to get next on the set. Still yet to see a lot of heavy hitters in this bracket. Like I said, the likes of Leffen, the likes of Tatami Galaxy, the likes of Gecko, all people who haven't made their debut on stream yet.
So let's
Speak of
go.
the Devils. Insightful. Just invoke them.
Gecko Squirrel versus Tatami Galaxy.
Gecko Squirrel, the last time on stream at VSF, maybe took a couple of nerves. Tatami Galaxy, a hell of a Baiken player.
Yeah. We've got moved on to Unica, ex-Baiken player, knows the character well, but not playing her anymore. Against the scariest Baiken I can say I know personally, other than DeJojo, who's not in this pool, I don't think.
No, DeJojo is pool D. DeJojo might be in my path, unfortunately. But yeah, two real heavy hits of the Strive team, to be honest. Tatami, another Meltdown regular, commentator, and Baiken Lab Gremlin. Just don't get parried, am I right? Just block the Yosanza.
Just block high every time, it's fine.
Gecko Squirrel. Like I said, the swap to Unica, I feel like Unica's been out long enough that people have the counterplay, but I don't see too many big name Unicas around. So I don't know whether that counterplay is mainstream.
I feel like there's sort of this like pervading belief that Unica is basically just worse Sin, because all of similar things that Sin does, but she doesn't quite get the same like rewards off of it. But she does still have a lot of like sorts of threats that work in similar ways to what Sin does, but are more consistent because she doesn't have to manage her resource.
I feel like also in this matchup specifically, where you have access to projectiles after everything as a follow-up, Baiken can't just relentlessly
meaty
throw out
projectiles are going to be
parries.
very important in this matchup.
When you can't relentlessly throw out parries, when you can be plus 10 in their face, guard crack.
As well as the fact that the timing on all of her like enhanced specials are all a bit different. Trying to guard cancel parry and like get very specific points to try and force your turn, it can be very difficult against Unica.
And I guess whether you can block the cheap mix-ups, whether you can block the overheads, block the lows, Tatami's going to be looking for it. Both of them look happy to see each other, just look happy to be here.
And they're both actually getting the gold burst in their button checks this time. We're not going to see people dashing at each other for 5 minutes.
All right, let's get it going, folks. Baiken, Unica, Gecko Tatami. Big crowd coming out to see this. Folks, can we make some noise for Tatami versus Gecko Squirrel? Good luck to both players. This is now on to where we've started filtering out players.
Yeah.
Where we're seeing players who have the matchup knowledge, who have the player knowledge even.
Yes. Like, it's two I've played before, and while some of the matchup knowledge is going to be the fact of, like, one of them is playing their against their X main, it is still a point of, like, you know what the player is doing as well.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, like, when you have the materials out there to go and watch, when players show up at bigger tournaments and you watch the streams or you play against them, and you get to learn the tech, you get to learn the specific things that they do, their habits. It saves you a round or two of adaptation.
Catching the catch with the Kichikamaru 2 in the middle of neutral there to get a free safe jump knockdown into a throw for a
Good
gold burst
from
immediately.
Gecko to try and find the gap for Tatami. JS being the egregious move that always
JS might
is.
love it. Forcing a check with the 5P. Baits the GP and goes for a...
And it's a charge dust punish! Tatami
Despicable.
goes
Despicable.
instant disrespect. That was... There is a shaking head. That's
All
the
according to plan, all according
FTC
to
head
plan.
shake right there.
It was intentional. It was intentional reset. It was not a whip punish to not get the counter hit.
But a good convert off the Tatami map. Going for the wall break.
Check with a lot of fast flashes here to ensure you don't run.
Good
Gets the
parry
parry
on
in
the
neutral.
poke. Goes for the burst bait. Boo! Burst baiting everything. What is it with these top players, man?
Yeah, seems to be safe. Don't want to overcommit the Kamaru. He gets checked with the...
Plus 10. Tries to go for a parry, perhaps. Good air throw. No, you do not leave my corner. Get back in
You are
there.
not hitting me with that cross up. It's too slow.
Tatami goes to
16 is done then
Yosanza.
again.
A really clean response from the BM that Tatami put out in that first round.
Gets
a lot of
the multiple conversion there, going through the wall. Returning to the
Doesn't
corner
break.
instead.
Goes for the reset.
Nice check on the way down. Unfortunate whiff of Yosanza into a super.
Interesting. Maybe a buffer issue, but doesn't punish? That's unfortunate for
Sometimes
Gecko.
if you're trying to like panic out of Yosanza and you don't hit up, you can get super,
I
and
see.
it's tragic.
Doesn't quite get the setup. Gets thrown back into the corner by Gecko.
The gigantic herb from Yuzansen getting caught by a wrong side 6P, giving Gecko a chance to even out the life lead.
I've got to give him credit, good 6P from Gecko, but what the hell was that?
That's the most classic Yuzansen interaction. It happens every time. The hit herb is ginormous.
That checks out. And JS again being the jump in the
And supering through the tatami to win the game.
Something I've noticed about Gecko that he does perhaps more than other Unicos is potentially prefers a super as a reversal as opposed to a DP.
I think it might be like, it's probably like either habits and playing other characters who don't have DPs.
Oh, gets caught by the world's biggest DP.
But baits the throw, forcing out a burst at the right timing. That's very good awareness of what you're doing. You've played what standard before.
Gecko's playing a very solid keep-out game here, just able to like use that projectile to make sure Tatami cannot get in.
And using very specific approach angles as well, like so that you can't really rely on things like air Tatami to like box Unico away.
Not able to finish it off. What's the mix-up?
Then with the BRT to catch the backdash with the 2S. Very classic wall break stuff, knowing exactly what you're doing. Very solid.
When you got a top player who knows what to do with their meter, it's almost a done deal after that wall break.
But nice DP there in reaction to the Blue Wild Assault. And again!
Gecko really representing this option.
Not only that it's 2H is minus a billion, it's going to be a punish if they don't true string, and it's going to cancel to try to leave a gap.
Goes into the wall break, Charum doesn't kill.
Not quite as much as the last hit.
And jumps the 2S with the overhead.
Yeah, the low crushing the 2H there. Also, maybe also counts it because 2H is like the same startup, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those characters where you've just got to eat a couple more crayons. Catches the jump out with a projectile. Tommy just doesn't seem like she knows what she's doing against it.
And then sliding under the fast slash there. Very solid approach, getting a big conversion.
Guys, she needs it. Stun dip of a better. Ooh, nice jump by
Nice
JS.
PRT to stay safe. Getting a raw first slash hit. Not converting as ideally as you'd like, but gets the meaty Escabari.
Ooh, nice back jump from Gecko. Able to convert with a jump in. Might be able to get a conversion off that.
And the meaty projectile set from the enhanced state, the connections.
That's Gecko going 2 up against Tatami. Tatami maybe feeling a little bit shaky. Gonna have to pull a lot back for this one.
Jig. Gonna give a big opening here, forcing out a very early burst.
Tatami getting caught by in a lot of IADs by this projectile. You've got to be a little bit more careful here. There's little bits of, small bits of damage really do start to rack up.
A lot of empty jumps trying to force something out and getting an air thrown instead, not committing to anything.
Got to give it to Gecko, but really solid on the you will not jump in my setup here. Air throwing people out, 6P'ing Tatami out, tries to parry the
What you mentioned right at the
projectile.
start of the set there, trying to parry and meet against Unico when she's going for that enhanced projectile. Plus 12 when it beats parry, not much you can do.
You unfortunately do just have to hold back.
Nice jump on the 5H.
I'll say misses the 5H meaty.
Jumps out of the Escabari, but gets anti-aired by fast slash, gets a big knockdown here.
Gets the cross of Yosansen. It's time to show off your lab gremlin in. Come on, Tatami.
Converts off another PK Yosansen, going for a reset and doesn't quite extend to anything, trying to bait a DP.
Kabari clashing with a DP? What? Man, this Unica champion needs it, huh? Whiffs the DP and Tatami's able to punish.
Right what she was going for in that first round there. Just getting a clean counter hit punish on the DP. Not worry about that charge dust nonsense anymore.
Maybe you should do it again. Do the mental damage. I don't know what Tatami's pressing on
There was
this.
no counter there, so it wasn't parry.
Oh, gets caught by the reversal. Sorry, the overhead.
Punishes the DP again, gets the...
But
that's what she was going for in the round one.
I see. That makes a lot more sense. Just hit him with a charge dust again. Do it. Gets the TKO Samson unblockable.
Bouncing around burst as much as you can, forcing out the latest possible opportunity.
Oh, gets the
Slightly
US
too
Samson
far
on the
from
JF
corner.
as well.
If there's a big place in the corner, she could have converted.
I see. Tatami, I have seen claim that TKO Samson's reactable if you use the audio cue. Baits out the TP.
And Tatami Galaxy gets a point on the board. Good to start fighting back, going into this set.
And that's where you start to see, like, the adaptation of a good player. Tatami is a very good regular at Meltdown. Came 5th at Only the Best. You know, has a lot on the line here. Doesn't want to get upset to Gecko here.
But
There's a lot to play
meanwhile,
for.
Gecko is very controlling this round. Forced out an early burst but counter hit. And only with the escape there with the cross up his Zansen.
Good block from Gecko.
Air throw, very nice.
Now it's my turn to run the air throws. Gets the throw bait into Super to bait to stop the burst. You will not be bursting on my pressure. The hard knockdown. As Cabaret. Good jump out, but not able to block what Gecko's got going.
Tries to jump around through the mini projectile, but isn't quite fast enough. Gets to the same side as Zanzen, gets punished with a throw. That will be the round.
Good block from Gecko. Not quite.
Goes to the OTG to see that out.
Good awareness from Gecko. The OTG 5-8 just coming in clutch to take out.
Backdashing, making the 2H whip, getting a punish to force the Tommy to burst again.
A good DP on the anti-air. What is this, Street Fire? Oof. Maybe a bit of a risky burst. Slightly more patient player. Could have punished.
That was very good awareness. It was slightly too high for Michael to land at that point.
And blocks the low, but doesn't punish from Tatami.
Enhanced DP gets the full combo, going again.
Goes for the wall break. It is game point on the line for Tatami.
Here. And that counter hit will do it. Very convincingly taking the set 3-1.
Oh, absolutely. Gecko really showing that the labbing on Unica has paid off. The little gremlin hands there from Gecko, as if to say, I got this one. You cannot parry this projectile. I block your Yosansons, I 6P backwards.
I know exactly what you're doing, and I am fully prepared.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it? And unfortunately, Gecko just, fortunately for Gecko, he was able to just keep on top. Wasn't able to let Tatami adapt and swings.
Unfortunately, that does kind of crush moments. Like, hope so is hoping we see later in the bracket. Whereas I was hoping to see Tatami get to us, which could still happen, but it's significantly less likely now.
A little bit of a tech mix up here. We're seeing some. Sorry, folks, having a bit of a tech issue, so just trying to stay. Someone's controller was wrapped up. Playing on PS4s today, though.
Okay, here we are. Leffen has finally taken the stage.
Leffen has taken the stage. A big hitter. Coming off of a second at Hessen, a second at CEO. Lost to Andros at Hessen, who isn't here today, but we do have some skill Potemkins. A double loss to Keishu at CEO, and just missing out on top 8 at Evo.
Yeah, and it's a couple of years ago now, but still very famously won Evo end of Season 2.
I mean, he's an excellent player, and he's a legacy player. He knows his character well.
Been all over the scene, played a bunch of different games, has been around with Strive for a while, moved off of Zato to Chaos fairly early on, and has been able to stick with it and been very consistent, very threatening.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's proven time and time again why he can be considered a top player. He's just been a little bit unfortunate in a recent run, missing out on top spots, missing out on top 8s. Maybe coming to VSF to see if he can prove what he can do, prove that he can win one of these big majors.
Absolutely.
Swing himself forward with the Arcade Tour points that are on the line, the ever precious. But it's gonna be against some heavy hitters. Precho is gonna be coming out with a vengeance to not lose to a happy Chaos again at a major. So it's gonna be interesting. And I mean, you've also got the joy of, like, as the other person, you've got the joy of playing against Leopard. He's a top player.
And regardless of how it goes, you're going to probably at least learn something, and you get to say you did it. You get to point say that was me, and you can do it on the screen. You get to point to your friends when you get home and go, "That was me. I was there.
That was me. I was there." You know, maybe you get to do something funny. Hell, maybe you get to take a couple rain games or rounds.
You get just one good interaction, you're like, "Okay, I'm set for life."
Yeah, absolutely. That's all you do. You retire after that.
I'm never touching Strive again. But DQ from the bracket. I'm
going home.
It's still downhill from here.
Absolutely. I mean, and with such a great range of top players as well to do that too. People who will teach you tech. That's the joy of VSF. You know, you can go and you can ask people, how do I beat this? How do I deal with this? And 9 times out of 10, People will give you a good answer.
Especially with like the fact that they're running the bracket earlier in the event than they were the previous years, where they can get to the point where it's like you're done with most of the stuff on the first stage, like top 48 and top 8 day 2. Just plenty of time after to speak to people after the bracket's done, they're not busy.
That's right. It is Facebreaker Leopard. They've played before. And we're going straight into it.
Yeah, no need for a button check here. With Facebreakers already played myself, I know what they're doing.
Leopard with some very commanding meter management here. Getting the BRC mix. Great blocks from Facebreaker.
Just consistent conversion, setting up the curse.
Blocked all the mix-ups, but then got caught maybe overstretching a little bit with the hand of doom. Leopard playing a really patient game right now. Just knowing that he can keep Facebreaker out.
I just don't want to overextend against player, don't want to risk anything going wrong. You get the one catch, just unload the gun, walk the way in and finish them off.
Absolutely. It's a very clean game plan from Leopard.
And backdashing the overhead there, getting a full punish, watching out for the burst, going back to
A
neutral.
little bit low on concentration perhaps. But catches the backdash from the Facebreaker. Into the throw, wants the mix-up. Empty low.
Only one bullet left in the
backdash.
chamber after the burst there.
Unfortunate for Facebreaker to not be able to really convert to anything after that hand of doom.
Yeah. Getting that hit there was like huge for Leopard, getting to be able to root to the super, getting the full
Oh my
reload.
days.
And then the Goomba Stomps will do it.
I got hit.
Absolutely.
I think that was a triple overhead. I may be wrong.
It was a triple overhead, and I think one of them was a cross-up as well.
Might well have been. Who knows with Chaos, but a very commanding first round from Leopard. Again, playing this keep-out game. Just guard crush. Great throw from Facebreaker. And blocks the gold burst. Now you've got to stay in.
Gets the anti-air close slash here, gets some blow-up here from life bar, as Leopard gets sent through the wall.
Oh,
And the
again,
60.
great XP. Doesn't convert, unfortunately. Good chase down with the dash for the 6K. And this to say, block this. I'm going to challenge you.
So many extensions for keeping Leopard locked in the core. Look at the risk gauge, it's fully maxed out, but checking out with the 2D, forcing a burst.
Leopard doing a really good job of not being too scared here. Like, when you see that risk gauge crank, when you see that exclamation mark appear, it's very easy to get scared and get touchy about what you need to do.
Like, it was still essentially like going, I need an option and doing that, but it's a very careful thought out of this is the most reliable.
Or by the gunshot, doesn't pick up, gets the
BRC
back down.
overhead, and that should be the round.
I mean, it's a sign of a top player, the people who do that back dash BRC overhead. Like, if you are getting to the point where you represent that mix, both players are good here. Whiffs on the gunshot. Catches on the 5K, jumping in. That's it, well, the OK.
To the corner.
Hits with the overhead, bite.
One,
Do it again.
two.
2. Just a
Back dash
really
basically
patient.
gets thrown, unfortunately.
Gets caught by the cross-up, and now you're back in the corner. Getting to Happy Chaos with full concentration and full bullet.
Facebreaker does have 100 tension though, and they might be able to get to some burst and get a hit, but I don't think that's going to be happening.
When did that hit you?
Again. I think it was the second game 2K again.
This character, man, I have no idea. A commanding presence in Leopard.
I'm normally one of Happy Chaos' biggest soldiers. I think he's a fun character to fight once you know what he's doing. But the buff they gave him in Season 4 with the Goomba Stomps is kind of silly.
Absolutely. Round Dart 2D, the Gideon mix-up. Oh,
Nice
gets the
run
cross-up.
through.
Goes for an early burst with Leopard here. Gonna play it really safe, plus on block. Maybe gets a little too overzealous with the
Yeah, trying to
pressure.
put like a fast dash or something, trying to ensure you can stay in control and get checked out with the pressure.
And a really clean, simple convert to the corner. Wall breaking with the super, getting the hard knockdown, refreshing the bullets. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Chat room?
No!
The commentator's curse strikes again.
Just getting the roll mix up there into yet another wall break day 6 Makina. Like, it's not top 8. We don't have them run the full board on the picture first. You gotta be saving those.
Absolutely. We're going to have Leopard running these all weekend. PRCs for
Get
the
the hand of
momentum.
Doom. Let's just stay on top, forcing a deflect shield.
That was a good deflection from Leopard on the ambiguous cross-up.
Nice
YLC. Oh my gosh, the J2K. What a move from Leopard.
You're swinging too slowly. I can just jump around. It's fine. Oh, the JK whip. That's tragic.
Bouncing on Facebreaker like a trampoline here with the J2Ks.
Goes back into the steady aim, catches with a dash up 2K, forcing an option which doesn't get anti-air. Big chance for the Facebreaker.
But you're now in Facebreaker, in Leopard's face, and he has one bullet left in the chamber.
Managing to get a big reload there with the VRC conversion. Stain's set up. Well, sorry.
With
Ready to wait
the
the
headbutt.
bunker. Big chance.
Maybe tries to go for a dash through. Good, quick burst out from Leopard. Just to say, I don't want to deal with this.
Just time it just enough to watch for like the dining set first to avoid missing rotated.
And that might be...
One more!
And that's a round
One
for
more person left to do
Facebreaker.
it.
You are on the board. Maybe this is where the momentum starts.
There's that round you mentioned. And it's, I mean, anti-airing with the fast slash here. Facebreaker, get it in the fight.
1, 2,
Ah!
3. Goes for the deflect shield. Could have gone for a 4.
And the other DSX marker has to reload. But a big white lead still on Facebreaker's side. And a big resource advantage as well. There's still plenty of chance for them to be able to do it.
Leffen playing some really, really good meter.
Nice catch with the 5P. Perfect spacing.
Oh my, the roll just keeping you in range on the deflect shield.
Hand
A good
of
hand to do.
Getting chased by the
Gets
VRC.
caught by the BRC overhead. And the cross up overhead. Chat room doesn't kill.
Gonna try and DSX market. No, that will be
Absolutely. A great set from Leffen.
very bad attempt from Facebreaker there. So many rounds was like very down to the wire. Like constantly like yellow health, resource advantage. One more touch will do it. I just couldn't quite get there.
I gotta give it to them for playing the funny game. 4 command grabs nearly in a round.
We saw like 1-2 and then 1-2-3. You got the funny moment. You got the round 1. You got the moral victory.
Those are the moments that you take away from BSF of, I did Slayer's command graph into Leffen 5 times in a set. You know, you may not have won the physical victory, but maybe in your head you won the moral victory. And that's what really matters.
Absolutely.
And we are quickly just blasting our way through this pool A1 bracket. We've had heavy hitters like Leffen show up. Tatami losing, unfortunately, to Gecko.
It does only round 2, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty
But
early
winners
for us.
round 3 is what takes us to top 48. So a lot of these players may be playing for a spot at tomorrow's tournament.
Yeah, given how many sets we've seen at this point, I think we're definitely going to be pushing towards there. So a lot of like final moments determine whether you're going on the winners or losers side for tomorrow.
I think going into top 48 on winner side is such a heavy advantage.
Yeah, it's like 3 games you want to play versus like 1.
And then you're almost thinking you could make it to top 8. You know, you win a side top 8, sure you're going to be facing the heaviest of hitters that this tournament has to offer.
But you've got time.
You've got time, and more important, you've got that life. You've got the sort of chance to rest on your laurels a little bit. You know, when you're in losers and you're playing for your life, you are playing for your chance of staying in the tournament, that's when the cracks form heavily.
Especially when you're playing that many more games and 1 loss will do it. Like variance is going to at some point come in and you have to be really consistent.
Oh, absolutely. It's when you start to see who is the most consistent player. And they're the sort of people who are winning these setups.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's where the tournament experience comes into play. The people who go to these, even if it's your local, that experience of dealing with a crowd, of being in person, because playing next to your opponent, so drastically different to being online. You've got to deal with that mix-up of they are right there. You can almost feel what they're going to do to you.
Yeah. And on the flip side, you have like something I feel like with locals often have a fairly low player count because it's a specific area. Doing online tournaments also gives you the experience of like the very long run, which also come up a lot in majors because there are a lot more people in one go. I feel like having a good mix of both and to be prepared to adapt to a lot of different situations.
Absolutely.
All the things you get tested on in a major.
Absolutely. What a major this has been. And there are drowning pools adverts coming out. Don't forget, folks, drowning pools coming up soon. Don't exactly know when, but it's going to be another big one coming up. And it's going to be on the new patch. Yeah, we are, like I say, in the season of Shrine. And I personally can't wait to see who goes through to top 48.
Yeah.
Maybe we already had that one upsetting Gecko Tatami. And now coming into, I believe it's Carrot the Can. Previous Soul player. I've seen a little bit of character diversity as well, which has been real nice.
Sorry, what did you say, sorry?
Seen a little bit of character diversity, which has been quite nice. Seen a couple of Enos. Not too many Potemkins, which is a bit of a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be showing up eventually. I saw a lot of them doing warm-ups earlier. And so, like, they're going to be a shadow hanging over the entire tournament, as Potemkin has been the entire season. But, like, for now, we're in the safe haven. We're in the safe room. We've got plenty of light to keep the shadows at bay.
For now. For now. But we have an excellent turnout from the crowd, as you can all see behind us and behind the stream setup. A great time to see people coming out and supporting their people, which is, I guess, where it comes down to, like, also support your local. This is where the most fun happens.
Yeah.
When you can go and shout at your friends or maybe trash talk them a little bit. I think there's nothing more fun. Yeah. If you have a local, there are resources to find them. Go visit them every now and then. You never know what fun you might find.
Yeah.
And so,
admittedly, I'd say in like the modern day, where like the internet is a lot more like disparate and sort of like blocked off in places, it's kind of hard to find them eventually. It took me a while to find Meltdown, but I was actively looking for it.
well, there is a resource out there that is a Google Maps add-on to find all of the EMEA locals. So big shout outs to whoever created that. Please go and find it. Go visit a local, even if it's just to see. The sitting next to someone and playing with someone in that room, so much fun. It's so much better than being online and being part of this community. It's been a real pleasure.
Indeed, yeah.
You get to meet such good people and eventually come to VSF. Big tournaments, you never know where you might end up.
I remember I started playing fighting games like right after the VSF before Bridget came out. So, like I had an entire year to like prepare for coming for here. Even if I ended up like not doing very well when I actually showed up, it was still sort of like I had enough time to get used to people from like various online events and a couple of locals. I know sort of what I'm doing here, what I'm here for. I can like take it fully like a brilliant experience. After my third time coming here, and the commentary scene is like it feels very different again, but it's very exciting. I'm glad to be here once again.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, a lovely venue, a lovely crowd. And we're coming up to the latter parts of our Pool A.
We've got our players up for the next set in the seats, but it seems there might be some problem with the setup because they're sort of like sat there. We've been preparing it for a while. Maybe we'll get that sorted too.
Okay. In that case, what's been your favorite game we've seen so far today?
It's probably either going to be Flash versus Ollie or Izzy Hector. Those two are both really good matches.
Oh, absolute great showing from Flash. Nice to see a TO on the sticks as well, and a free moderator.
Oh, we're going. Finally going.
Finally going, and Nagoriyuki versus Amelia Rage. A terrifying, terrifying matchup to play. Nagoriyuki has the ability to just pluck you out of the sky.
I guess Amelia has the advantage that Nago is pretty huge and pretty slow. You can kind of bully him. If you get the hit like you done with Captain JS, you can stay in control very easily. Forcing out bursts right in the corner.
That's dodging the bite for Scarfell. That's going to be big. Nagoriyuki already on Blood Gauge 3, just cashing out early. Gonna have to be careful here. Very, very close. Popping here is a death sentence. But not when Scarfell. The likes of Scarfell can just confirm so consistently. Nice. Dash up, gets the throw. What's the Oki?
Managed to whip the close flash, but we've got enough threats into where we're going to be having Scarfell play patiently. Gets dashed in over after whipping the 2S.
That's incredible meter management from Quasar. Just keeping yourself just out of popping, which is
adjusting back out of the corner from Scarfell, getting the overhead there.
Frame trapped by Capel, and again, could be last interaction.
Nice check with the 2K, calling out the DLC extension. One more hit will do it, and the 2H
2-8.
swatting the fly, going to round 3.
Blood level 3. Do not enter my airspace. I will press these big buttons. Some good blocks, gets caught by the low. Good deflect shield on the rest of the disc.
Fortunately, with nearly his fast grounded speed, she's able to run back in, and Scarfelt can get a good counter with that fast.
Scarfelt has that ability to just sort of confirm into the wall breaks. Get those, like, little bits that they all start to add up. And might get caught by the burst.
And the counter from JH there, Scarfelt, though.
Really good timing from
Spacing with the
Quasar.
fast dash as well. They're going insane.
A good answer, like, perfect is never a thing that you want to see on screen, especially not for your round 1. Quasar having to do a lot of adaptation here if they want to capitalize on the scene.
But
Catches with the clone.
Very long pressure string there, managed to get the catch there. Force out a burst very early on.
Ooh, tries to jab out, but gets caught by the Artemis. Now you're in blood level 3. Don't enter these skies. Gonna have to be careful of a pop here.
Yeah, no special move for a while here for Quasar. And this is free time for Scarfelt to start swinging.
Into another wall break, goes for the reset. Blocks the YRC!
Baited from the air and gets a hit on the way down, killing through with
And that's
the
enough to
S-disc.
kill. What? How unfortunate for Quasar. When your opponent just has that read on you, you know? And that's the Grand Blue set going crazy.
We've all been Quasar here getting a good conversion.
Ooh, maybe a risky super. It doesn't pay off. Scarfelt's gonna get a big punish.
But managed to build burst, ensure that Scarfelt can't get too big of a punish. And they get caught with the JK.
Into the OK. Dodges the bite. Good moves from Scarfelt. Catches with a JH.
Goes through the corner, gets to go back across the other side.
And now we're going coast to coast. Goes to the reset.
I got hit by the midi clutch back. I thought that was fake. I got hit.
Is any mixer with Amelia real? Ooh, onto the clone, trying to build that blood gauge quickly.
Decides to burst on 1 HP and gets hit with a hair car. No round 3 needed.
And that brings Scarfelt to a convincing round 2. Quasar has a lot of ground to try and cover.
Quasar, they've been starting to get there. Like the second game, the rounds were individually closer than it was in the first game, but it's still just not quite coming together. Really,
Like-
the health bar doesn't matter. 1 HP, full HP is the same. If she's in control, Scarfelt, they're in control.
Yes. I feel like Quasar's done a good job of representing the throw in strange places that if they can just replace that with a command grab. Good backdash. Unfortunate place to be, caught in the corner with no ability for specials. Catches with a 2-8, it's a big move.
Goes for the bite, gets jumped.
Doesn't convert off the counter hit 2H though.
Wire how heavy the blood is, gets to throw the Beyblade being used empty.
A great PRC for a confirm from Scarfelt, which is what they do best.
Absolutely, yeah. You get a chance to let Quasar use that remaining meter that they were sitting on.
Oh, blocks the
Propel
double
actually
overhead.
mash out.
Scarfelt has just capitalized on this force X and has just run the tempo of the game here so far. Quasar just hasn't been able to get a bite of anything.
And he's starting to smothering Quasar. Wherever Scarfelt's in, they're just like perfect stringing here. But with the good conversion of the RC, we've got the 6H.
Got to be careful of a bloodburst. Now you're back in the corner.
Goes for the Beyblade and gets thrown again because you can't afford to keep spending your blood. And with the run throughs, 50 meter on deck, Scarfelt will take the game.
Such a clean vortex from Scarfelt.
Yes.
Really dictated the pacing of the game there.
Absolutely incredible play. Controlling from neutral, not willing to overextend, forcing Quasar to spend their resources very early, just trying to get in and force any pressure that they could. And then now that they can't do anything, except your very big slow normals, they can just zoom all over the place, get in on you, and you're stuck scrambling with your jabs and you can't do anything.
Quasar played a great game of the standard Nagoriyuki, like, I want to keep you out, I want to stay in blood level 3, but perhaps maybe not the game plan should have been playing against such a quick rushdown like Milia, where you almost want those specials available to
Yeah,
you.
I feel like having the ability to well, even if the individual hits are a bit less scary because you're not just fly spotting at max blood level for a ton of damage, getting the ability to like convert off of things by having the specials in your back pocket means you can present things more threateningly, and your buttons are more scary when they're blocked.
Oh, absolutely. Like, at the moment, when Quasar was playing, they were representing the big buttons, the 2 H's, the 5 H's. When you've got blood level 3, you should be doing that. But when you've got such a fast character and a person who knows how to be so mobile and get around those, it is such a hard job to play those big buttons.
I did like from Quasar, they were primarily relying on 2H rather than 6 before their anti-airing, because with how Amelia's air dashes was, she gets multiple, they're individually very short. Identifying that they're in this corner, if they try and air dash at me, they'll still be in range to get by 2H. They need to do it twice before they get out, which they can't do fast enough.
I mean, you can see that Quasar pull with a lot of counter hit 2 H's. Unfortunately, not able to get much off of them.
I think this is what you were saying, what you mentioned about, like, when you got kind of 2 H's, you've got no blood, you can't really, like, convert into pressure from them because you can't spend anything in a pot.
That's exactly it, which is almost trying to play the zoner mindset, which works sometimes, but Scarfelt just played such an incredible mobile game.
Yeah, once they got in, they just kept control for basically the entire round, so relying on getting way more hits and not maintaining your own control is very risky.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Scarfelt proving themselves, proving why they're a top seed, why they've gotten so far already so quickly, and moving themselves on, maybe putting themselves one game away from an elusive spot in top 48. Sorry, folks. But yeah, no, like we were saying before, had some incredible games. I think we've had some really close ones. The Flash, Olive Oily, what a set. Izzy really pulling up and pulling out all the stops with the Faust tech. And I think we've got a lot to come. When we start to see these lab gremlins meeting,
Yes.
I think that's when we're going to get some really, really interesting interaction.
You've already seen that with like Tatami versus Gecko, where you've got Tatami doing all like the very specific Viking things and Gecko knowing how exactly to respond to all of them. And then we'll hear with like Scarfell be able to maintain complete control. No idea what Amelia's doing, but presenting every option in the book. Is he doing the same?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these low damage mix-up characters, yeah, like I said, the Vortex. The Vortex just keeps on growing and growing and growing. And these excellent players just know how to take advantage of it. Back on the setup, Gecko Squirrel.
Versus Olive Oily.
Olive Oily took the game against
Flash
just very closely. And now we might be seeing a May Unica to be an interesting one. Never seen this matchup before. Haven't seen much of Unica. Having only released recently, not seeing many of them in like Evo or crossover.
I mean, to some degree, I feel like a lot, unless like they're very strong, which doesn't tend to happen very often in Strive. When it takes at least like around until the next character comes out before you start to see like the new character more consistently.
Unless it's Venom.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But Lucy's coming out though, guys, right? I personally am very excited. Big Cyberpunk Edge Runners fan. I think she's a great choice. Bit terrified as to what these quick hacks are going to do.
The thing about that is like it looks really cool and there's a bunch of like rule breaking effects. I'm worried that if it's locked entirely behind a super, it might be bad.
Potentially. However, that's something I think we're going to yet see. And it depends.
It's going to take a lot of like steady labbing to figure out what exactly each hack does. What's the resource worth of it? Why you're committing to going for the hack when it could be blocked or whatever.
Also, how much meter do you gain while you're hacking something? So if you're just completely recycling your meter and looping hacks, that could be terrifying.
But also given they had the idea like they could try and safety guard it and you can't build any meter while someone's hacked, which would be really bad.
I mean, also, there are other hacks that could do things that might be unprecedented at the moment. I mean, we've seen them in other Arxis properties and other anime properties.
Yeah.
Things like reversing your controls or giving you input delay even.
Sort of things that like Viking used to be doing back in like Plus R, where she get like the meter costing guard cancel, and suddenly you can't block where you can't jump.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of interesting mechanics coming in this new patch. I, for one, am a big, big fan of it.
I'm not falling for the button check Dizzy a second time. You can't do it to me.
Maybe it's a matchup then. Button check Dizzy into gaming Dizzy.
But just because I'm also going to doing button check Dizzy, because I'm also a fraud, doesn't mean you get to be olive oiling.
Here we go. Olive oiling Gecko Squirrel.
No, that's a
Squirrel
cat.
with a cat. Who knows? Back on the sticks. It's nice to see Gecko getting himself some momentum, having come off a little bit of a sort of dry run. Is now back in the saddle in a further round in VSF, playing against one of the heavy hit mains of EMEA.
Yep. One of many.
One of many. Strange that we don't see too many in like NA Strive.
Like, I feel like this generally lends to the fact that I feel like you tend to see more like the brawlery, brizzery characters here than you do in NA.
And here we go. May, Unica, Gecko, Olive Oily. Playing maybe for a spot at getting close to top 48.
I'm very excited to see this round start here. Just like the first option they're going to present is going to say so much about what the rest of the game is going to look like.
Absolutely. I think there's the ever chance of a passive round start. However, when you've got such big committal buttons from both, that could do so much. There you go, Dolphin round start.
First in to keep the corner, but gets immediately DP'd. Not taking any risks beyond DPing.
Gecko really representing the fact that, you know, you've got to make him scared of the DP, especially with the mix-up that May can put you in. You don't want to be stuck in the May blender, especially with your back to the corner.
Yeah. Like the threat of damage there is almost as much as if you had your DP blocked anyway. So the risk reward isn't as huge as typically when trying to reversal.
And
I guess a back throw here, pushing Olive Oily to the corner.
gets the meaty projectile out of the corner for Olive Oil and might be able to convert into a kill.
Moving away out of the corner right as Gecko tried to chase her and getting hit by the counter JH in the process.
So this is for a place at top 48.
So we're playing for tomorrow.
Playing for tomorrow, so it's all on the line. Big moves from Gecko Squirrel, getting the grab.
And blocking the Dolphin in the air, getting a big plus. Going for the May Classic with a 5D. Playing around
Blocks the
first.
back, but doesn't punish.
Just a bit too far, but it doesn't matter. We've got another rest Dolphin just to keep Unica locked down.
I mean, when you're solo health, you kind of just have to wait your opponent
Yeah, you've
out,
got to
right?
attempt it, yeah.
I really got to respect from Olive Oily. There's the J2K coming in clutch with the counter hit, not able to convert.
14 burst off the 2K into Dolphin there.
Another Dolphin going for the plus run. Good throw into the corner from Gecko. It's the JD mix-up.
Extending with the PRC, ensuring we're safe off the slide.
Caught with the low projectile. What's the mix-up? Same side high.
Going overhead again. 6Ping through any pressure extensions.
Oh, blocks, jumps over the DP. And that's going to be dead for Gecko Squirrel. Another really, really heavy round for Olive Oily.
Yeah, just taking the maximum advantage possible of like everything that goes their way.
And takes it to the corner. Positive bonus May, a terrifying force to bear witness to. Oof, the PRC overhead.
DPing after blocking the 5K, very clean, good.
Very good use of the projectile from Gecko Squirrel. However, got to be careful here. And blocks the burst for the game 2.
And just using the BRC, just like, I know you're thinking about burst, but you've already pressed it. It's too late for you. I'm going up 2-0. You've already got to think about how you're going to reverse this.
That is the sign of I am in your head. Do something about it.
Everything is going my way. I've got full confidence.
Absolutely. Nice little pokey mix-ups from Olive Oily here. Just trying to see what she can get out of things.
But gets caught with the second hit of the air projectiles. Big chance for Gecko here.
Did a really good job at, oh, jumps under, not able to get a punish.
Nice PRT to stay safe there, landing immediately with the DP, trying to force our turns again.
And much slightly negative into TP, the old classic.
Making you unsure if you're facing enough to be able to punish with a 2K there, and being able to use that damage to steal the corner and steal around. Gecko's back on the board.
5H to close it out with the OTG. 2D catching me up, Dolphin. Oh, counter hit on the overhead. What's the mix-up?
Down hit with the fast smash there, going through the wall with a big chunk of damage.
Well, maybe getting a little bit too touchy here. Maybe trying to just do a little bit too much. Blocks the low. RC to extend the pressure.
Nice jump out there on the enhanced projectile.
Good blocks on the overhead from Gecko. Caught by the 5k though. Footsie special.
Does commit to a ball and to go through the corner here. It's a lot of damage on Gecko Squirrel. Normally now can't get out if she makes a mistake.
Chat room?
Will she need to though?
Oh my gosh, it does! Without the super.
Who needs meter? It's fine. You've got Gecko or the meter, saving it for Strife 2.0.
And that is why you spend the wild assault for the wall break, folks. J2K again, what a move with the cross up.
Spends a lot of stall pushing all the way to the corner, staying plus, jumping out the enhanced laser beam.
Olive Oil doing a great job of jumping out of the projectile resets.
Very consistently. I'm going to get to see a chance. Like, if Gecko can win this game and extend the set, I was going to adjust around.
Agreed.
The 5H was blocked from that high up, that's insane.
And catches with the up dolphin. Going for 2K into J2K into up dolphin is a crazy mix-up.
Both of their burst gauges are pretty high, they'll both like you to finish on, but it's like the
Gets caught by
bomb
the tap
instead.
and that's gonna be it.
Oh my god, playing around burst generation perfectly. It's very commanding and clean through Molly body there. Moving on to winner's side, top 48 tomorrow.
So unfortunate for Gecko Squirrel, missing out on top 48 by the skin of his teeth, but a very commanding game. And that leaves our top 48 game as Izzy and Step. Step is a Bristol local Eno player. Kind of been moving over to the uni scene recently. And Izzy is, well, Izzy.
We've been introduced in the pool here. We've both been well acquainted.
We've already had a Faust Eno before, and we've already sort of explained that, like, that space denial that Faust can do to keep Eno out, to make you block on that hover dash, can be really crucial to how you play on this setup. And I'm actually, Faust Eno is going to be another interesting one, especially with an Eno who might not overstretch as the last ones that we've seen, who might just capitalize on these mix-ups, know where to catch the back dashes and the overheads. And I donate the Eno hat to the Eno player. What I'm getting is Step's first game.
Oh.
It's got two DQs.
A string of DQs. Hopefully they're warm.
So what a first game to open with. One of the best Fausts in EMEA.
Welcome to Versus Fighting.
Welcome to Versus Fighting, baby. It's going to be a hell of a game. You've got to go a long way for this one. Yeah, I think this is going to come down to who can control the neutral and who can control the tempo better. Is he displaying that he's a master of controlling that tempo? Not necessarily needing to mix you up, but just knows when you're going to press on it.
Yeah. Are we just staring at a button check here? Are we going straight into the game? It's the real mix-up. It's what we have to do as commentators, just try to figure out if they can be button check, yes or not. The hat seems to be a bit far forward on Step.
It's always a bit far forward. It's a little bit floppy. But, in spirit with the Eno player for the first round of the day.
They've been blessed by the hat. It's luck has touched them.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to take it back. And this is a chance in top 8. I mean, what a way to go through Versus Fighting. You rock up, first game, top 48 opportunity.
That is a story to tell.
Story to tell, and a nervous story. You've got to be a little bit shaky about that. This is your chance to go to day 2 off of one game, on winner's side at that.
But you do have to beat Izzy.
Izzy is not going to make it easy. Step, I do know, is also a Bedman player. So it'll be interesting to see a Bedman. We don't see too many of those floating around.
We've got it here for the Bedman button check. Whether we'll be committing to it or not, it's yet to be seen.
I know Step's got a Potemkin in the bag and an Eno as a main. That's the strangest button check I've ever seen.
They're looking at the buttons, they're not pressing.
Making sure they're still present, and the buttons in the room.
His punch dented, it's got a bit of a scratch in the corner.
You know when sometimes your button caps go missing? Like, it's like that, you know? And here we go, folks. Faust Bedman for our final winner side match of Pool A1. Can Step make it a single game top 48? Or is Izzy going to display his prowess with Faust?
Yeah, we've already seen Izzy play this matchup once before in the bracket, so he's clearly on the top of his game, aware of it. It's up to if Step's ready to adjust to what they're doing and catch Izzy off guard in a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, Faust could struggle here. If Eno can get in, that mix-up is terrifying. It's, once again, the Vortex. Whether Izzy can keep Step out is going to be the big thing. Good blocks on the overhead. Spends the early burst to avoid the pressure.
A nice 60 out from Izzy here, getting to swap round to the corner, but...
Catches with the MLA, and that's going to take you all the way to the corner.
Indeed, yeah. They're just like taking turns at hitting each other.
Good mash out on what was
There's the pocket
reset.
launcher there, but it doesn't matter, we've got the command grab.
Goes for the safe jump, spends the YRC. Throw to avoid the card crush, a great option. Burst bait from Step, maybe a little bit too early for these.
It's gone. You know what? Command grab again. We've got full meter. But we'll see if that's enough to kill. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Takes it to the wall. And still a little bit cagey from both players. Maybe he's still trying to find those gaps.
Yeah,
Obviously,
they're both playing very reactively.
Obviously, with different characters that you played before, everybody plays differently. Everybody plays to a different style. You've got to be prepared to adapt to how that specific person interacts. Oh, good 6P on the overextension from Stab. Block on the mix. Is that dead? No, can't quite get the wall break.
Too far with the curve for the 2D, but we need command grab straight into the bomb explosion.
And that is the best win screen you'll see today, folks. All bomb.
All smoke. It's all smoke and mirrors. No match happened.
All smoke, no strike. And that's a convincing round one for Izzy. But Step is not going down without a fight. A lot of poking in neutral. Good jab out from Izzy, really utilizing that 5P to stop Step from using that hover dash.
Going to chase those close slashes is like being very afraid of the counter. Sliding under the grass.
Unable to convert though. Ooh, catches on the anti-air, escapes the bomb explosion. Gets the reset. No super, but you've got the positive bonus and you've got the life lead. What a block!
Yeah, last second swap on the cross up to be able to get the IB.
I mean, a block's a block. It doesn't matter whether it's an IB on the cross-up or anything else. Step absolutely loving a YRC. And it's still, it could be last interaction, but it is anyone's game. And a great 6P from Izzy. Catches with a mix. Takes it to the corner.
Unfortunately for Step there, this is the slowest reversal in the game.
Maybe thinking of a super PRC. Wow, what a move from Izzy. Straight to catch. Catches with a thrust. Got to be careful about that. Especially in neutral. You don't want to be sit full screen and let Faust just, you know, do that thrust at you.
On the check with the double mix.
Mix, getting good Oki.
Landing
Gets
into
the trumpet in the corner.
Punishing the YRC, that's unfortunate.
Fortunate for Stat. Izzy once again just commanding the pace of this game.
No one takes more advantage of Trumpet than Izzy does.
Oh yeah. Not seeing too many mini passes in this one.
Yeah,
Izzy,
he's
where
got
they
a
at?
Trumpet. Oh, we've got the character pivot after going down 0-2.
Character switch.
Or is it the music install?
Are we seeing a Bedman or a Potemkin? We're seeing a Bedman. How interesting. No idea how Bedman plays, no idea what Bedman does. So I don't know if Bedman players know what Bedman does.
I feel like I've got a couple people like practice against with Bedman, so I know roughly what's going to be going on, and I feel like he's playing very differently to Eno and how he would approach this. So I think it's It's going to try and catch Izzy off guard. You need to make something happen.
I mean, the Bedman anti-Bible does exist. It is a resource that is out there. Whether you've read it is a different story.
And there's the iconic JS from Bedman there.
Step just getting caught. Just trying to match maybe a little bit too much. Utilizing that 8-way air dash very well, though.
There it is.
There's the mini Faust.
Pocket London a go.
Using the mini Faust to extend combos. Very good awareness from Izzy. Blocks the mix. Doesn't get the reset afterwards.
Basically overhead there after the mix.
Into the boys. Misses them. Good YRC on the top down.
Of the hammer miss, rather.
Good 6P from Step to get out of the corner. Spends the YRC.
Beyblade to anti-air after the deflect shield is crazy.
Got the glitch loaded. Spends it. Good match out. I do know that if there's one thing about that, man, you've got to be bold on your matches. You've got to be prepared to match.
Yeah, you need to know when it's his turn, when the pressure is going to be keep extending from the errors, versus when like there's a gap that's being hit between all of them was your noise.
Ooh, a good use of the air stall on the.
There he goes.
Izzy.
There he goes again.
Another one.
There's two of them. Mini Faust.
Mini Faust daycare.
Izzy's laughing face off on the stream, so I'm having this time of his life.
From the setup. It's nice to see both players having a lot of fun. 2 mini Fausts in a row is absolutely ridiculous.
Backdashing to the fast dash there, though.
6P on the aerial Beyblade, and that's going to be it. Drops the combo.
But the BRC into the 5P.
And that's a real clean 3-0 for Izzy. Taking Izzy to win, top 48, winner's side.
And even if Step wasn't able to get the top 48 in one game, at least getting like skipping through most of winner's side gives you a very good spot to go to in losers.
Oh,
they're able to quite make this working, they're getting very far.
And you got to play against one of the best Fausts in the country. Maybe they demolish you. Sorry? And then Pool B? Excellent. But with that, I'm going to say that it's been an absolute pleasure to commentate this Pool A1. We had some hella good matches. Izzy going through on winner's side, Scarfell, Olive Oily, and Leffen all joining them.
I wouldn't have wanted to go out any other way than Izzy getting double mini Faust for our final game.
Oh, absolutely. But thank you very much, folks. I've been SMBF Bumblebee.
I've been Kisafik.
And do enjoy your Pool B1.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much. See you soon.